What's up, everybody? This is the Crowded Room podcast with Alex and Jer. We're going to start you off with some Switchblade Union here.
Switchblade to a single midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knob. Switchblade to a side with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. I look to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes really go running high. Let me know when alive when the union arises. Street lights shine, you know my time's arriving. Out when it starts cause we midnight vibing. Midnight driving, cruising by flying. Living so fast, never think about dying. Post up in the dark and we hang out with the Batman. Scars on my knuckles cause we fucking with the wolf gang. Switchblade shining, night bright winding. Stars in my eyes when the moonlight shines in. Murder rap on my first track, killing shit cause I've been begging suicide. On the second, I don't care, just accept it. Knife swipe and get doomed. Switchblade coming soon, chill satisfied when we have up to the fucking moon. Still shine bright, fast spot, make it eyes one, short now slice with the right sword. Love my fist like test, my wrist smooth shine of the blade, just cruising through the mist. Gonna be the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knob. Switchblade to a side with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. I look to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes really go running high. Let me know when alive when the union arises. It'll be the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knob. Switchblade to a side with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. I look to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes better go running high to be known.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another riveting episode. We're gonna title this one fucking "Where Were You, Kyle?" or something. What he kind of left us up high and dry.
Oh, you didn't see? I labeled this one Frosted Flakes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Why?
Because we have so many flakes I want to
Oh,
be on this
yeah.
Not
So
this episode, this show.
to
But
fill
yeah.
people in, we were supposed to be a revival of Kyle episode,
Yeah,
but I guess he's still dead.
yeah.
He never came back.
Needs another week of sleeping on the floor.
He needs an exorcist or something. Yeah, he's not up yet. He's still down
He's
there.
still down there, yeah. He'll be up next week, maybe. Who knows?
Poor Kyle.
Yeah.
One day. But yeah, no, that was for him too. And then he backs out. So whatever. Fuck Kyle.
So we're winging it.
We're winging it. What did you do this week?
What did I do this week? I tiled outside all week in the sun.
Oh, but
so
it rained
nice.
this week too. I showed up to work today and there was rain on, like, the whole fucking ground was wet and shit. Yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
Bullshit. Yeah. But I never noticed it raining or nothing.
Yeah.
And then it's 30 degrees every day.
Yeah. No, I've been super busy, man. Fucking, I've so much work coming in because of that extra ad I put out, and like,
Nice.
In the last 2 days, I booked a month's worth of work. So,
Right on.
like, yeah, I'm pretty excited
For tiling?
Yeah, tiling.
Oh, okay.
Tiling especially, and then there's some other stuff that needs to be done. Need a carpenter if you know one.
I don't know any carpenters. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is so many, like, I'm neglecting jobs right now because I just fucking I have no damn time for it.
Well, it's kind of nice that there's so much you can kind of pick and choose too. Well,
Right.
Me, anyways.
And like,
my job.
if I really wanted to work all weekends and evenings, I could, but I just don't really want to. Right. I do some.
The work's there for us to work
Yeah.
24/7 right now, man. You know, like, it's crazy.
Yeah. I think people kind of just sat on their hands during the pandemic, and then now that they can do something, they're actually trying so hard. The problem is no one started until like July, when like you wanted to start in March.
Yeah.
So then now by the time we can get to you, it's fall.
Oh, I have people, like 2 days ago, someone messaged me. They wanted all this flooring done and all this. She had like a list of like 20 different trades or 20 different things, like all different trades, plumbing, electrician or electrical. and she wants it done by September 16th.
No.
I was like, what are you talking
It's
about?
2
That's
weeks away.
yeah, it's like I was like, I'm booking into October, and
Yeah.
that was 2 days ago. Now I'm booking into November. It's
Right.
like that's how quickly shit changes. And yeah, you don't just get to renovate your house like just on the whim. It's like, you know what? Maybe this weekend I'll hire someone to renovate our place. Like,
Yeah.
don't work like that.
And then you do get some time to yourself. You don't want to just be like, oh, well, fuck me. I'm just going to go work on the long weekend or something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think when it comes to like, I have a few things going, the silk screen thing and everything.
Mhm.
That's like the only kind of thing that I have the energy to work on after work. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
my own thing. It's like I couldn't imagine, like having a second job and being like, no, you have to be here from 8 to 12 to go work
Yeah.
at this place.
Making an
till
actual
midnight.
obligation.
Oh man, yeah.
It sucks. I still have people calling me saying, like, oh, can you come work? Are you busy this weekend or something? I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, I'm busy fucking recovering from my whole week of work and training and stuff. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Even just tiling that building, it's kind of awkward the way I have to sit up on the scaffolding when I'm tiling everything,
Mhm.
kind of leaning forward a lot while on my knees. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's starting to like, I'm starting to feel it. Right. And it's like,
Right.
oh, you're going to work the weekend too? And it's like,
No,
no,
that was my only fucking light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
otherwise I'd fucking quit and go mop fucking floors or something. Leave me alone.
Exactly. We all need time to do our own thing.
Yeah. I enjoy what I do, but I'm not going to do it 24 hours a day.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise I'd live in camp and fucking make 2-3 times the amount of money.
Yeah.
And have zero life. Yeah.
Or like if you were like trying to get a side business going, then after work, you'd probably be working on that or something.
If it was really passionate about it.
That's what I mean. It's something that you got to be passionate about. It has to be for yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I know people that maybe not right now, but at one time worked 2 or 3 jobs. Putting in 18-hour days at 2 different jobs,
and they're usually like single parents that like seriously have to do
That's exactly what it was. Yeah. And yeah, that would suck, man, because you're not even getting overtime. You're just working 2 jobs.
Just working, yeah.
You're working, oh man, 2 shifts, no overtime. That's savage.
Yeah. No, my mom used to do, she was a substitute teacher. And then at night she would wait tables when we lived in America there. So like nonstop. And I'd barely see her, right? But she was a single parent. She had to work.
Put food on the table, right? So.
And you'd appreciate that part because I mean, like especially around there, you notice there's kids whose parents do like welfare kind of shit.
Yeah,
and like they still don't parent their children, but they also make much less money. So it's like, oh well, I don't mind this.
Just seeing how things go next door with my neighbors. Oh, what a shit show over there. Like
that's horrible. I don't even want to like ask what's going on over there, but that's sad, right? There's like more kids than there are.
There's like
parents.
As far as I can tell, there's 4 kids that live there. I think 3 girls, 1 boy, and I'm pretty sure out of the 4 of them, there's 3 different dads involved.
Right.
And I don't think any of their moms live there. They're being raised by like one of the kids' aunties and their grandma or something.
Right.
And it's like, it's just a fucking shit show there all the time, yelling, screaming, crying. Like, no one listens to anyone because like, you're not my mom. You're not my dad.
Right. And I just saw you fucking throw a tantrum yourself like yesterday. So why can't I?
And that's just it. The parents are always yelling and screaming. So how do you expect the kids to start dealing with things? Right? They do the exact same thing. And they act out. They throw shit all over the yard from their window, and it's like my front yard. We got to clean it every weekend. It's just full of shit from the kids.
Right. I have a client at work right now that it's summer, so the kids aren't in school. So their kids are like running around the backyard that I'm building a deck on.
That sucks.
And no matter what their parents tell them to do, it's this one little boy. They have a boy and a girl, but the boy, no matter what they tell him to do, he's always like, "I'm allowed to do this." And like argues. They're like, put the dog in the house. He doesn't need to be out. The kid's like, the dog can be outside. The dog can be outside as long as he's just on the grass or so. And I just want to like Do what your fucking parents told you to do.
The kid's
Quit
gonna be
arguing.
a fucking lawyer when
Or
he grows
something,
up.
right?
He's
But
gonna be someone's attorney. He could
he
do that.
can
My
do that.
client's allowed
And
to
he's
do
like
that.
7 years old or
Yeah,
something,
he's
right?
already-
It's like you need to shut the fuck up and do what I told you to do.
Yeah.
I don't care what the semantics are on this, but you do what I said.
I used to put up like such good arguments. My dad would say I can't do something, and I would come up with like a million reasons why I can and why his argument's false, right? And he's like,
I don't give a fuck.
it'd be like, I don't give a fuck. I said no, but fuck, you should be a lawyer one day. 8 years of school sounded like a little too much. So.
Yeah.
Another 8 years.
It's awkward because I'm sitting there like a fly on the wall working, and the kid's like back talking his parents. I'm just like, "Urgh."
I sit out front and try to relax, and I just listen to domestic abuse,
Yeah.
like child abuse, crying. Oh,
That's the worst when the parents are just as like emotionally unstable as the kid.
Yeah.
You're like, obviously he's learning this from you because like you can't even fucking hold it together.
But just the way I heard like the one dad that lives there, like, and he's not much of a dad, let's put it that way. But the way I heard him parenting the other day, it's like you can tell like he wasn't parented very well either, right? He's just doing what he was taught.
And when there's kids there that aren't your kids, it's hard to like be authoritative or whatever you want to say, but to tell them, hey, shut the fuck up.
Well, he was dealing with his own kid, and he's like, "Stop back talking me," and we could hear him giving her a fucking spanking, right?
Really?
And then he's like, "What did he say?" He's like, "I don't want you here anymore. If you don't want to listen, you can leave and go live with your mom." And like, "I don't want you here," he said. And I'm like, "Man, like this kid's like 8, maybe." He's saying that too. It just seems so wrong. I'm like,
and you're like trying to put it in its place. Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, it's like. And I'm just sitting up front of my house trying to enjoy the nice weather. It's like it's kids getting beat inside and like emotionally, physically abused. I'm like, God
damn. But you guys are busy at your dad's shop?
Yeah, it's been cool like working out front and like seeing the traffic, you know, like just the same old people still coming around the shop. It's kind of cool to see some old faces, you know. It's like I thought I'd find you here. Like Luch came by,
right?
Because you
used to work in the warehouse there, hey?
Years and years
right,
ago,
right. Like when you were a teenager,
16 years ago.
Yeah,
since I actually had a job in the warehouse, I think.
Okay, but you like saw them coming, these familiar faces,
some of these
come
people,
and go,
yeah. And then over the years, just being at the shop, you see certain people all the time. And then like lately, I haven't been like before I started doing this job, I've been doing private work, so I haven't been to the shop. And even when I am, I'm just in the morning quick, and then I leave. But it's kind of cool to like be there all day and see like every person that I would expect to see.
Yeah,
you know, like it's cool. Some of them I haven't seen for a while, but it's nice to work out in the sun a little bit. You know, like I do start early, so it's nice and cold, but like it is fucking nice to be working outside in this weather.
It's nice until you get caught in the sun and like fucking. You have no reprieve. You can't go anywhere.
I just go home.
Right. I just go, fuck that shit.
I just go home at 2 o'clock.
Like I'm doing cuts on a chop saw or something, and for most of the day it's fine. But right when the sun gets like right and on top of you, and there's like nothing to hide from.
Yeah, I'm in the shade all day. The sun's behind the building until 2 o'clock. It finally gets enough to the side where it hits me, and like I just go home.
Right. And when I have other people with me and stuff, you don't want to be the guy to be like, so this sucks. Hey, like we should go, because you look like a little bitch.
Yeah.
So everyone's just like, this is fine.
It's messed up, man.
Yeah.
Like I hate working in the sun like that, you know, like when the sun's beating right down on you.
Oh yeah. And more so like I don't mind it as much as the snow or the rain. Like if it's like cold rain, I'll go home. I don't care about you or what you're doing or if you need my help. I just once like if I can't feel my fingers anymore, gone. I don't care. I'm like and it makes me feel bad because I have a team there that's like I'm letting them down. I don't care. Yeah. That's why I don't care about the sun. I'll be there all day long in the sun, but cold, see you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a couple people watching. Say what's up in the chat so we know who's here.
Some reason this sounds a little odd to me. Does it sound weird to you?
I think you're a little loud, maybe a tiny bit.
I'm loud.
I think you're okay.
Oh, I thought it was quiet.
No, I think you're good.
Great.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll turn you up.
Oh, cool.
Anyways,
let us know in the comments how we sound.
Let us know. Thank you. I don't know. Maybe it's my headphones, but yeah, busy fucking week. Cut my damn hand.
Cut your damn hand.
Cut my damn hand.
How
I was
often does
throwing
that
away. Pretty rare, honestly. But I was throwing away this tin. Like, you know how there's fascia's tin sometimes.
Shit's dangerous.
And you cut it and it's sharp as shit.
Sharp.
Yeah. I was going to throw it in the back of the truck and it just like caught on something and slid up my hand.
Yeah.
Like, because I wanted to throw it 3 feet, but it hit something right away. And my hand went to throw and it stayed. And it just.
Dude, one time we had a big fishing hook, like a big one. And we were trying to catch the biggest fish we could, me and Jason. And we caught another little fish. We filleted it. We put it on that hook, right? And then we were just going to throw it in. And Jason went to throw it in and he was stepping on the line. So when he went to throw it, it like stopped right around here and like caught his hand, like ripped his hand. Yeah, that made me
God damn.
You got to make sure no one's stepping on the line. You're going to do something.
You're going to go fishing. Yeah.
But it was such a big piece of meat. We couldn't just use like a fishing rod.
Oh, okay.
We just threw it out there and left it.
For like lingcod or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shouldn't even say what we were going for.
Allegedly. You just say allegedly in front of it.
Allegedly. Yeah.
I don't think
for
the
things
cops
you're not
are
allowed
looking.
to fish for.
Cops aren't watching our podcast.
No, they have AI to just scan it now. They're like, yeah, they said something illegal.
Pretty much.
Medical misinformation.
There's literally no way they could watch every minute of all the content that goes on out there.
No, there's no way.
And that's just in English that these AI things run off of, right? There's like 100 other fucking languages that people are trying to put podcasts out on.
Yep, that's why AI is so insane, because it can do all that work for a human. Like,
right, but it fucks
better.
up too, because like the Kill Tony page got taken down because a couple weeks ago, and it might be back now, but it got taken down because there was like a picture of a gun and like a crosshair or something, and it said kill on the poster, because they put out posters every week. Kill Tony. And it was just an AI thing that was like, oh, guns and the word kill. Like,
well, it's back up because I watched Kill Tony this week. So
yeah. So I did too. Yeah. But I mean, he's had to promote it on his own, Tony's own Instagram, because the Kill Tony page got fucking
taken down temporarily,
blocked or something. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. AI. Well, at least they reinstated it like quite quickly. Some people get taken down and then it takes them like a year to get shit back.
I don't know exactly what happened, but Mark Zuckerberg was on Joe Rogan last week and they brought it up.
I saw that.
Yeah, they brought up how they brought down Kill Tony.
He basically, like, at one point was saying like they'd kind of rather like screw over a few good guys in order to get all the bad guys.
Yeah,
that's the way it sounded like.
And he also admitted that he suppressed the Hunter Biden story. Purposely, at the request of the FBI.
Yep. And it's so funny. It's like FBI requests Facebook censor posts about the FBI, requesting Facebook to censor posts about Hunter Biden's laptop. There was a news story that said that.
It's a giant loop.
Silly.
Yeah. But that was a pretty good podcast, honestly.
I didn't see it all, but I saw. Or I didn't see the Kill Tony part, but I saw when he was explaining how the algorithm kind of works or whatever.
Yeah, it catches on. Yeah. But it was like 3 hours or something. But it actually humanized him and made him seem somewhat normal.
That's hard to do, man, because even the little bit I watched, he's like a robot, man. Like, I hate that guy.
Yeah, definitely. It's a little much. To think that like he's another one of us, but then you look at the podcast that he did, and it kind of shined a light on, well, if you were being scrutinized by the Supreme Court in that situation for hours on end, where they're asking you all these weird questions, trying to catch you, then maybe you'd be a little off too.
He's just so uptight almost. Like he's just...
That's what it is.
What's up? You got that?
I'm wearing the wrong headphones. I was thinking...
You couldn't hear yourself?
Well, no. Remember I kept saying this sounds real weird?
There you go.
There. Now I sound like I normally do. There we go.
Number one
these ones
podcast.
Are just a little odd. Yeah, the number one podcast in the Thursday night. Yeah. You love us.
In the middle of summer. Or end of summer now, actually.
Right. That's odd. Now it sounds perfect for me again.
Great.
Yeah, those ones sound a little weird.
Still sounds the same to everyone else, though.
There we go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And I know you guys were worried about that, and you're really on the edge of your seat. Anyways,
so what's in the news right now?
Well, goddamn, I gotta keep working. Well, that was a big one, honestly, in the news, but that was last week.
Here's something I saw the other day. In Quebec this year, in the school systems for like grade 5 or something like that.
Yeah,
they're teaching them how to make and how to create their own sustainable bug farms and cook with the bugs.
In grade 5.
In grade 5, so they're going to teach them how to create a little bug farm.
They'll eat the edible bugs raw in grade 5.
And then they show like these dishes, like it's like an avocado with some like seasoning on it, and then like some bug garnish, or there's like tofu with bug garnish, and it's like,
get the fuck out of here.
Fucked with that. They know they're not going to get us with it, so they have to go after the kids.
They have to normalize it while they're young, and I mean in Asia it's really normal already. They eat
to a
crickets.
Certain extent.
Like they were serving fucking crickets like popcorn. I was telling you that in Thailand it was the Chinese New Year.
No one's living off them though.
Just like it was a treat.
For sure, that's just it. It's like a random little snack. Problem with it is though, like full of parasites. Like
really?
Oh yeah. Like,
well, you cook it.
Still, it's like bugs are full of parasites. Like you'll get parasitic infections if you eat a steady diet of bugs. Like
pretty sure most like pork and stuff is full of parasites too if you don't cook it.
That's why if you think about like Muslim religion, how like they ban pork, like in that part of the world, it doesn't take long for pork to go bad before refrigerators came out.
Right. And especially back when they were making the Muslim laws.
Well, that's what I mean. Like if you like pretend, there was no profit and you like look at these laws objectively, well, why would they make this? It's like, well, if you killed the pig back then, it was probably rotten within, in that heat. It probably didn't take long for it to go rotten.
But I mean, it didn't take long for much of any meat to go wrong. There was also probably just like
pork's really bad.
A period where they had bad pigs, maybe.
I think
I'm sure pork is much worse.
Pork develops parasites before it like goes bad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Probably because they'll eat anything.
But it's just pork's like a dirtier type of meat compared to like beef and chicken. I would say. Yeah.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it was back then, and now it's just fine.
Now it's a lot better. Yeah. But the problem now is pigs eat anything. So they just feed pigs whatever.
Like a bear. Like I'm not that into the idea of eating bear because
a local bear.
They'll literally eat garbage. And human shit.
You got to find a blueberry bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
you see bears, they'll come and knock your garbage can over and stuff. And if you've got like kids and dirty diapers, they'll just snack up those dirty diapers and like. Yeah. So you want to go shoot a bear and eat all that kind of meat? Like, that's not. Well, it's not on the top of my list. I mean, I wouldn't throw away the meat if I had a dead bear here, but
good dog food at the very least.
Yeah, right.
But the thing is, if you're gonna shoot a bear, you got to go out of town, like somewhere where it doesn't have the garbage.
I mean, you got to do it. If you're gonna shoot a gun, you got to go out of town. Right?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's a silly statement. But I guess what I'm getting at is you don't want to just don't get a bear close to town, and you should be okay.
Yeah, and seasonally, like there's the berry season where they're gonna eat a lot of berries, and that's a lot, at least easier on my fucking mind to think that he was eating berries. But still, they'll come across old rotting carcasses and eat that. Yeah, and it's just you are what you eat. So is the bear.
Yeah, I mean, if I was hunting bears, I'd probably have a dog, and I'd probably feed them to my dog mostly, like Jason used to do. Jason used to just run out with his dogs. Like he'd see a bear, they'd get out of the car, he'd sick the dogs on it, they'd chase. Like the bears just climb up a tree. If you're going after a black bear, just go up a tree, and then he just shoots it.
Yeah, I was walking Rudy, and only like
hey Sean.
Oh, there we go. I was walking Rudy, and only about 50-70 feet from my house there was a bear, like right in the Moore's Meadow there, and I could hear cracking branches and stuff, and Rudy ran over and looked, and then all of a sudden he was down in a gully, but he climbed up a tree so high that all of a sudden he was like eye level with me. But we were just like, whoop, we turn around and walk the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's bear season. They're walking around. This is usually hunting season for bears. They're spring bear too, but yeah, I got a moose tag. I'm going hunting end of October.
Nice.
Yeah.
What part?
Burns Lake.
Oh, that's right.
Kind of south side of Burns Lake, south of the highway.
You going to Allen, or are you going?
No, probably just Cassandra. Honestly, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I would come for something like that.
Yeah, you want to hunt bear, or not bear, moose? We're hunting moose.
I just like to come out hunting.
Right. Yeah. That's just it. I haven't been mentored very well or anything, so it's kind of just blind teaching the blind. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. I know we don't want too many people though. It's like it's right. Like we want 10 people to go hunt a moose. Like,
no, I got that. I got her dad has a closer to town one in September, and then now there's a fishing trip going on in Terrace that I'm gonna go do. Yeah, so this is getting onto it for hunting fishing season.
Cassandra says, and September we're going hunting.
Right, that's what I was just saying.
Yeah. The chat must be a little slow today.
Yeah. But yeah. So hopefully out of all that we get at least one something.
Yeah.
Because there's years where nothing.
Skunked.
And when you're new to hunting, your hunting license, that you have a lot better odds of pulling a limited entry, which is usually just your name picked out of a hat.
Yeah.
And I've had it about 2-3 times now, and nothing. Never got anything.
And yet I know guys that when they do get a tag, they know exactly where to go.
Yeah.
They get something every fucking
And that's
time.
the mentorship bleeding through, right? Yeah, exactly. Because they didn't just stumble across that. Someone fucking learned that from someone who taught them.
No G tonight. Did he pass out already?
He's still out.
Oh, yeah, he's still sleeping, actually. He hasn't woken up.
Yeah.
People are looking for him.
We were going to have him on, but he can't wake up.
Yeah. No, he has to work tonight, I guess. He had this big idea to be on the show tonight, but
and it was his idea too. It's like
ditch last minute. So
yeah, he invites himself on and he ditches.
Yeah.
So this is his world. Everyone's just living in it.
So yeah. So we're winging it tonight, boys.
Yeah. Talking about hunting and pulling our dicks.
Hunting and trades and all sorts
of
manly man stuff. Eating bugs.
Yeah.
Yummy.
You still don't even have a pal, hey? You got to get on that if you want to get hunting.
That's right.
Yeah.
Several times this year I almost booked it, and then I didn't book it because I wanted to ask what school was the best or what class was
it's so easy. I passed with like 98, and literally the teacher at the end, he's like, what do you think you deserve? Like he asked every single one of the people in the class, what do you think I should give you as a score? And I was like 98. He's like, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
He didn't even like mark them. Like he's just like, what do you think? And you're like 90%.
Oh, yeah. He marks your test, but that's only part of it.
Oh, I see.
Right? Like your final test is a part of the whole.
What do you think? You should get 98. Like, give this man a gun.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Guns for everybody.
It's a 2-day course, so he has to like evaluate your answer and see how honest you are with it. And
so
stuff.
Out of all the ones I looked at, only one of them was like a full 2-day course.
Oh, really?
The other ones were like, at most, it's like a full day course, and then you take the test the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
But and some of them, it was like a full day course, and you take the test at the end. I think.
Right.
If I remember correctly.
That would almost be a little too much in a day for me.
Fair enough. I would kind of like to do it the same day, but I don't know. If it's that easy, just get it done with. Right?
It's not that hard. Honestly, the hunting license was harder than that.
Jerry, let's take our core together. Sure. I'm down. I would definitely like to take my core as well.
Yeah, that one's a little harder than a PAL.
I bet.
Because you got to remember all the different types of ducks and like different shapes of antlers and stuff.
Interesting.
And like at a 3-year-old mule deer will have what kind of antlers? It's a little hard, yeah. The hardest one is the ducks. What kind of antlers
do they have?
Oh, fuck you. I couldn't. That was like 2018 or something. I did that.
Shit.
The hardest part is the waterfowl. So like ducks on the water, you got to be able to like identify them from like underneath them while they're flying overhead and stuff.
Oh,
like,
yeah. If you're going to shoot them, you better know what you're shooting, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Can you identify male and female ducks just by their looks?
Yeah, you can. Like, can I? No, but you can. One could. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Right. And all you got to do is look at the fucking book one more time and you got it. Like these tests aren't really testing your knowledge. They're testing how well you can retain information and regurgitate it out, just like high school, right? Like
I saw a video yesterday. This guy dry aged rib roast in duck fat.
Duck fat.
In duck fat.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
Well, because some people they vacuum seal meat and then dry or age it, and it gets a weird flavor.
I've heard of butter for sure. Yeah.
And then butter, yeah. So people try different fats now. This guy did like duck fat with like ghee and like it wasn't just duck fat, but it was like a mixture. It was and when you cover it, excuse me, when you cover it like that, it wastes less of the meat because like the original way was to just like put the biggest piece of meat out,
right?
Like leave all the extra shit on the outside and then let it sit for 30 days, and then you trim off like this much all the way around,
right?
And then you're left with a smaller amount of meat, but it's like really, really good, right? It's so tender and whatever, and
because like the outside's all dead and fucking black,
so you just got to cut off all that. So when you cover it in fat, there's very little waste. You just cut off like a sliver of the outside. That's pretty much it. So yeah, that's the idea.
But it's not getting the oxygen to it.
You don't want oxygen in there. It's just about aging it. So like that's why they vacuum.
I thought the oxygen aged it.
Yeah, it oxidizes things, but I think good point. But it doesn't need any new oxygen. The oxygen that gets sealed in there is all it needs, I guess.
Right.
Break it down. Right. Sean's a chef. Maybe he knows a thing or two about that. He was in the comments.
Right. He could Skype in one day.
Yeah. Hey, that'd be cool. Sean, when you come to town, maybe you could be on the podcast sometime.
Right. Maybe he'd actually show up too.
Someone actually shows up. Yeah. No, we were doing good for a while. We got G.
We can actually pull guys in. It's just we kind of put all our eggs in one basket that fell through.
Well, it's like, what do? You schedule one person, then you tell another person, well, you're on deck, like in case this person doesn't show up. Like,
no one's going to do that either way.
Yeah, most people, like, they're not on call. It's not like they're getting paid.
No. Yeah. No, you just give people a shot, and when they burn you, you fucking lose their number.
Yeah. Gee, you're gonna have to wait a month before your revival episode.
At least a month. Yeah.
Punish you 4 weeks.
No, not a punishment. It's just fucking we got other directions to go, and it also kind of just clears the palate and gets people a little more fucking interested in listening to Kyle talk for a while, right?
It's also a pee-pee slap.
Sure, that too, but I mean, fuck me. Like we tried to do an hour with Kyle. He couldn't do that. So what are we going to do? Were we going to try to do another hour? That sounds like a fucking leading yourself up for failure,
We'll try again.
Entertaining,
one day,
whatever. People liked it, so we'll try it again. But yeah. I think you should definitely give it some time.
Hey, if you're watching and you've seen a lot of our episodes, let us know who your favorite guest so far has been.
We should have
genuinely curious.
End of the year. We should have a guest of the year contest.
Have them back on? Or?
No. We'll have a poll.
Yeah.
Where people vote, and then we'll make a belt for the guest of the year.
Hell yeah. No, we'll make them a special tinfoil hat.
There we go. Yeah. You get a tinfoil medal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like you can order novelty belts on the internet too, and we'll get the audience to vote on who the hell was the best guest of the year.
Best guest of the Crowded Room podcast. Hell yeah. And you know what? At the end of the year, it'll be almost a year since we started doing this, because
I think it was December.
Was it December? I was thinking February, but maybe we started doing it like not live in December.
And then we took a break while the Ukraine stuff was going on and whatnot, right? Yeah.
I have hazy memories of those days. It's like 6 months ago.
Yeah. No, I think it was December.
Yeah.
We'll have to look back on that. But yeah, anyways, either way, the end of the year means that the best guest of the year was the 2022 kind of question.
We're 26 episodes in every week, right? We do it. There's 52.
But we missed a lot too.
There's 52 weeks in a year, and we missed definitely 4 weeks this summer. So, but still, like, we filled a good portion of the year.
There was a good spot around February or something that we didn't do stuff.
Oh yeah.
Just while all those Ukrainian wars were breaking out, I don't know, for some reason I was like, oh, there's serious stuff happening in the world and no one's really going to give a shit to listen to two assholes.
But we're going to talk about that serious.
Yeah. You need to hear our take on the serious shit.
Yeah. Cass says Oz is our best guess, or was our best guess so far. Well, Andrew was really great too. Yeah, he was. We'll get Oz again in here again one day when he's got time to be here on a Thursday. He can't even be here for a weekend right now.
No, I don't think he's coming by anytime soon. Right, it's just so far out of the way for him.
Oz is our first guest, and he left February 18th, if I remember correctly.
Something like that, yeah.
So yeah, I think we started going live in January or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. That's pretty cool. Shout out to our 26th episode. Where's the applause button? Yeah, I mean, how many other people started a podcast?
Yeah, hey, fuck you. Where's your podcast, bro? That's what we say to people when we see them.
We need a sample of that.
When some old lady's staring at me in the grocery store lineup, I poke her in the chest with one finger. Where's your podcast, bitch?
I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast last week, but someone came up to me and he knew who I was from the podcast.
Right, you're saying that to me before. Yeah.
I don't know if it was what I think I know him through you though.
Yeah, you're saying that, but I can't imagine who the fuck would know me.
And like, thing is, I shouldn't say anything.
He's watching right now. Yeah. He's got like your face up on his desktop.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I know where
I thought we were fucking friends, bro.
I thought we were cool.
I eat dinner with you every day on my fucking laptop.
I was your biggest fan. You know what they say, don't meet your idols.
Yeah. The grocery store lineup. You're going to get a middle finger.
Prince George famous, Sean says. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're getting there.
We should make our own billboard.
And be like, fuck John Brains.
Yeah.
You want a real podcast? Or a friend blacked out on our show and got more views than
him. Oh, has anyone ever blacked out on your show, you fucking loser? You don't even drink.
Yeah. He's like, what have your guests even done?
Yeah.
It's like,
fuck you.
Fuck you. That's not what this is about.
I got more subscribers. Oh no, wait a second.
No. We were neck and neck for a bit there.
Right, but then he took the lead. Well, he released a book that fuck me.
That like 3 people probably bought.
Yeah, but he did a media campaign.
It must be nice to have all that money to just like promote yourself. He is Prince George famous, not much farther than that. He comes on his podcast. He's like, oh, to our listeners all over the world. Ooh, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He's coming through with the David Soros kind of shit pretty quick, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, dude.
He's got to be.
He's probably part of the World Economic Forum.
But yeah, give me fucking that kind of budget, and we'll do a billboard of Kyle on the ground. Ooh, it'll say.
Place your bets on what episode he's gonna wake up.
When does Kyle wake up?
That's how good that episode was. We're still talking.
The world is waiting for Kyle to wake up.
You hear that, Kyle?
Yeah. Hey, leave him alone. Yeah. Ooh, it's the ghost of Kyle. Ghost of Kyle passed.
Yeah.
I used to be normal.
It's actually an easy impression. My head hurts.
I can't think.
Stop thinking, G. All right. Sorry. I shouldn't kick G while he's down, you know. Fuck.
Right. Fuck him. He was supposed to get up, but he couldn't get up.
Yeah.
Right.
Too good.
Either way, one day Kyle will be back on. Hopefully one day Oz will be back on for the future. We're hoping to get Karm. We're hoping. I got the Russian guys, Vadim and Art.
Artem, yeah.
They're really bad at English, but I think they're gonna have some interesting stories to tell.
Everyone loves a good Russian accent,
right? And like we can make it a vodka themed episode.
Ooh,
where we
I like that.
dress up as Russian as we can. We can do our tracksuits, and
we've had whiskey theme, we've had beer theme, we've
no
had tequila
table.
theme.
We'll just squat the whole fucking episode.
Just that's a good idea. Just fucking wear tracksuits and squat.
Yeah,
we should definitely wear tracksuits.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. We'll open up with some DJ Blattman. Some fucking
I couldn't tell you that.
Russian hard bass.
As long, who cares about the monetizing or anything? We'll take a flag for that episode and play some shit.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, we didn't make any money on that.
Oh no.
We make so much money on these episodes. Yeah. Like I'm telling you, sometimes a whole half a cent.
Basically, 0 cents. Actually, I think I spent money on beer to make this episode.
No, I've actually lost money doing this.
No.
It cost me money to do this.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. But those guys might make a good episode, honestly. Yeah. But I just think the Kyle thing has got to sit on the back burner and kind of make people hungry for it, right? Yeah.
We'll just talk it up every episode. We'll be like, oh no, sorry, still sleeping down there.
Yeah. One day
he'll wake up.
And someone else will come and make a bigger ass of themselves than Kyle, and then we'll have an ass off. Who could be the biggest ass?
We need someone silly, equally as silly as Kyle G, to come on and be silly.
I can't even imagine. I can't imagine someone sillier than Kyle. We'd have to go to literal high school. Hey, you want to be in a fucking podcast? It's like, I was just in 3 last week. Who the fuck are you?
Go to a group home and just pick the rowdiest kid.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hey, you like beer?
Hey, smash that like button, guys.
Smash the fucking like button.
There's a few in here, but we only got 1 like. Come on now.
Slowly rub your ass against the subscribe button if you haven't already.
And I mean, if you're not having a good time, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's a low,
no
low energy G. Thursday.
You thought there'd be G on this.
Did you tell people there was going to be a Kyle?
Well, we got that crowded room podcast room.
Oh,
I mean that group on Facebook
group chat. Yeah,
yeah. So G posted in there. I invited him into it just so he could see when it was posted.
And it's just for links, honestly. But Kyle kept posting in there, being like, "Oh, this is going to be awesome this week." Yeah.
Levi says it's a medium episode.
It's a medium?
It's a medium. That's how he feels about this episode.
Oh, medium energy?
I think so. I think that's what he means.
They can't all be fucking killers, Levi.
Yeah.
Levi might be a good guest too.
Yeah, and then we'll see if he's a medium or not.
Yeah. Medium. Sounds medium to me. There's no joke there at all.
No.
Okay. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is the portion of the show where we bring up news topics and whatnot.
Oh, yes.
You see the student loan shits are getting sued.
Who's getting sued?
Biden administration gets sued over proposing these student loan forgivances.
So why would he get sued over that?
Because it's unconstitutional that there's something like 40 million adult students right now, and there's something like 250 million adult workers that didn't go to school. So that's a ill-represented population demographic that has to pay for the one person's forgiveness. So
maybe he should just give everybody $10,000.
Well, that's the idea. Is what if you just paid off your student loans? Yeah. What if you're like still a young student that's technically an adult, but you worked your ass off, you worked evenings and weekends, and you just paid it off, and then tomorrow they're like, "Okay, we're forgiving."
I'd be pissed,
right? Why don't I get $10,000? Right? What if you never went to school at all?
Fair enough.
Hey, why don't I get $10,000? But you still the money isn't free; it doesn't come out of thin air.
Yeah,
this money comes from taxpayers.
Yeah,
and
it does come out of thin air. They print it. They print a lot of the money.
I get that, but that doesn't add to the pool. It deflates or it inflates deflates the value of your money.
They print money, they can buy whatever they want, and then it makes your money worth less.
Yeah, I get that, but
that's fucked.
Either way, they're paying off people's. They're not printing money just to pay off people. right? That would take some actual legislation to go through, and maybe they will in the future, but they're not doing that now. They're proposing that they do that with this pool of money that everybody chipped in on.
Okay. Fair enough.
And people like you and me who and this isn't you and me because we're Canadian and we've got much worse things to deal with than this. They're sitting here working their ass off, ultimately helping pay off loans of people who were irresponsible, for one, decided to take out a loan and not pay it and whine about how hard it is to pay it and sit and wait and let the interest build up.
Yeah.
What they're doing is incentivizing irresponsibility. Now, imagine this was your kid. If your kid was a shithead in school and fucking got kicked out for fucking smoking weed in school, and you're like, oh, well, that means you get fucking $2,000.
Yeah.
He's going to be a shithead and continue this pattern of irresponsibility. You're incentivizing the irresponsibility. There's no fucking sense behind it, right?
Absolutely.
You're raising a generation of shitheads.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. Cassandra's saying basically everyone that went to trade school has to pay for everyone else's gender studies degree.
Pretty much, because people who didn't get a gender studies degree can actually pay for their fucking student loans, right?
Yeah.
That's funny. And so they're getting sued because this is deemed unconstitutional. It's very unfair.
Well, it's like, yeah, did you bring enough gum for everyone? It's like, in class, you ever like pull out gum and your teacher's like, did you bring enough for everyone?
Yeah.
It's like, no, well then put it away. Like you can't have any.
You don't get none.
Yeah.
I don't get how that's relevant. Okay.
Well, because they're like, we're gonna give $10,000 up to $10,000 to all these people's student loans, but like, it's like, well, did you bring enough money for everybody? It's like everybody should get $10,000.
Yeah.
That's just how they should do it.
Literally impossible. Yeah. At the rate it's going now, it's 300 billion or something proposed outlook on.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, fuck, they're already so far in debt. They were like 1 trillion away from like the fucking whatever the fucking end times.
The implosion.
The fucking collapse.
Yeah. But people ask Biden about this and he made the most incoherent statement in the world.
What else is new?
He talked about how like unfair it is for businesses to like get away
not
with
pay
stuff.
any taxes and stuff.
And it's like that had nothing to do with the question we asked you. And number two, you make those laws that the businesses abide by. You can change those laws. Like
you'd be dead if you did that.
Right? You'd get lobbied out of fucking life itself.
Like, no, you're not part of the cool kids anymore.
Pretty much. But it's horrible to watch him flounder. And that chick, John Pierre, do you know who I'm talking about? The black chick who's the press secretary.
Okay. Yeah.
So awkward to watch her answer questions. Because people are hitting her with some serious questions, and I don't know. It's just it's really. I thought that Jen Psaki chick was awkward, but this black chick, I don't know. Her last name is Jean Pierre.
Yeah.
Her eyes are like wider than normal, and she kind of looks like she's lizard staring at times. I don't know. That's how she got the job. She's one of those lizard people.
Speaking of lizard people, Nancy Pelosi.
Lizard, yeah.
Yeah, we all know she loves to do insider trading.
They sold the Nvidia and then it tanked.
Yeah, they sold 250,000 shares of Nvidia, and then
it tanked.
They were just told by the U.S. government to restrict chip sales in China and Russia. Now they're down 6% in after just hours, and it says Pelosi saved $600,000 of losses by selling her shares. It's just crazy how good she is at trading stocks and stuff like that. It's like she's got 100% success rate.
They're proposing a bill to where Congress people can't trade anymore.
She doesn't like that, but her husband can.
Who cares? She's gonna die next week, and well, I made all the money I needed. Literally, that chick looks like a fucking dinosaur, dude. How is she? Do you know this? If the president and vice president drop dead tomorrow, she's the leader of the fucking free world.
Oh my God, man. She looks like she could barely dress herself. She looks like a skeleton that's trying to
she's got them fucking
from
cans,
like some fucking skin.
Yeah, you can't deny those cans. back in the 80s, that's what they called them.
That's how she got her job, or what?
She was one of those fucking fun bag hitters, fucking mega pieces. Yeah, back in the 80s, I bet she was like a boss lady. Yeah.
Holy, and now she has CTE.
Probably from fucking
She's
too
like
much
a crackhead.
jiggle in the front.
Too much rumbling around.
Yeah. A little too much turbulence.
This is the Crowded Room podcast. Alex and Jer.
But yeah, I think that's about it. Like she's got fucking insider trading coming out the front of her.
Levi, he was having a medium time, but now he says new segment is top quality. Oh hell yeah. Let's see. Oh, so Justin Trudeau.
Right. You wanted to show us a video
with he's got this monumental or historical new program. He's putting 100. Oh, so in the middle of like, upcoming food shortages and, record high inflation, he's decided that, you know what, it's time to spend $100 million on the LGBTQ community.
Right. And to us, $100 million sounds like a fucking lot, but honestly, in the grand scheme of things, that's not that much for making an impact.
That's how much Dr. Evil wanted, man. $100 million. In the first movie, that was a lot.
That was in the 90s. That was a lot. That was a lot.
And now we have record high inflation.
Yeah. I think they even said that as part of the bit. They're like, "That's all. That's all you want."
In the second one,
right?
Or I thought it was in the second one. I could be wrong, but yeah,
$99
billion. But yeah, I'll get this.
Yeah, that honestly, that doesn't sound like it's really going to rock the boat that much. $100 million. Plus, what the fuck are you going to do?
All right, just listen to what he calls this.
Justin Trudeau can identify who they are exactly. Here's part of his announcement.
Since day one, our government has been committed to protecting the rights of two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, and additional sexuality and gender diverse people.
He couldn't even get through that.
There's one more part when he can't say it.
He like rolls his eyes. I mean.
Oh, there it is.
What's going on?
Oh, I wanted to turn the volume off so you don't hear this other part. Now turn it back up.
Everyone else on planet Earth, he has no freaking idea what it means.
Tucker Carlson.
Here it was in September.
I will never apologize for standing up for an LGBTQ2+ rights.
He couldn't even do it. He's supposed to be the champion. He's like, fuck.
Tucker's like, you can just imagine him just practicing that in front of a mirror over and over again.
Yeah. That was a field day for Tucker Carlson.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. That's right. Oh man, any day that guy opens his mouth, fucking Tucker Carlson makes fun of him.
Right.
Now. That's like a new thing. Like these,
can't cuck the tuck. Yeah. He had Andrew Tate went on Tucker Carlson too.
12-minute speech. That was pretty good.
And he's all like heartfelt, like, you guys know this is taken out of context and stuff.
All
like,
I was trying to do was say this.
You literally said very clearly, like, exactly what people think you said. Yeah.
He just gets so aggressive when he talks about stuff, and like I think he goes a little over the top, like on purpose. Like it's like an Alex Jones kind of thing.
Yeah. Plus, but like, he's a fucking world champion kickboxer. Like, you don't back down to anyone. Right?
Exactly,
like,
and he's trying to like do the alpha male thing. And like when you listen to what he had to say, it's like, he's not really wrong. He's just like he's kind of like all nice now. It's like, like you didn't have to deplatform me. Deplatform me. I was just
Mr. Tucker.
I was just championing their issues and blah blah blah. And then you watch the episodes. He's like, oh fucking this and this fucking. He just, so toxic sometimes.
I get it. Yeah. And if it was when he grew up, that would have been exactly what people wanted to hear. Now it is like, And the bigger issue is, who cares? You have freedom of speech to say whatever you want. You don't have freedom of speech on YouTube.
Yeah.
You don't have freedom of speech on
these platforms,
social platforms and stuff. Like,
what I thought was interesting is when he talks about getting deplatformed, he's like, no, it's not just your social media. It's like your payment processors. People,
he was banned from PayPal and banking altogether.
Exactly. Your bank, even your domain name, and the people that host your domain name for your own website, they canceled him. Like, like he got canceled on a level that I didn't know existed.
Basically, just ghosted.
So imagine like having an opinion that people don't like so much, you can't use PayPal.
Yeah,
that's fucked.
It's scary. And I mean, literally, that's like the New World Order kind of thing, where
China
like
shit.
You have electronic banking, you drive an electronic car and everything, and one day it just none of it works.
Yeah,
maybe your phone's disconnected. Like
we keep
people
doing
can't
this
talk
podcast.
Yeah, but
it's like, you guys aren't allowed to drive. What are you talking about? You guys are talking shit about us.
Right. It's scary. It's honestly it's scary that no one else kind of sees this pattern going.
Yeah.
They're trying to bar you from buying gas vehicles in California these days, and then just recently they asked people not to charge their electric vehicles because their power grid's on like shaky legs or something right now. Yeah,
just a dumpster fire down there.
So they're gonna regulate it so that you can't buy a gas vehicle, and then they're gonna tell you can't charge your electric vehicle. It's a little it's silly. It's like smarten the fuck up.
Well, like, look at Canada, how cold it gets here, and yet we're going to advocate for electric vehicles. Like, do we have electric vehicles that run just fine in -40? Like, we don't. No. Everyone's Tesla here is fucked at -40.
Most people in construction or heavy duty need a diesel.
Yeah,
which those trucks aren't capable of competing with.
That electric Ford F-150 that's coming out, like, you can they say you can like power your whole job site from it. It's like, yeah, not in the middle of winter.
Yeah, and that's like running a couple skill saws. That's not towing your trailer out to the job site, right? Like,
yeah, man. And so, you know, there's no way to like mandate electric vehicles in a country like this. Like California, it doesn't get this cold. Like, you know, but up here, it's not just the fact that it's not going to work when it's cold. It's the fact that like it gets damaged. Like the battery gets damaged. Now you have to replace the fucking battery. That's
and these are all
bigger
problems
issue.
that can get solved. It's just not in the next 10 fucking years or so, right? So if you're going to tell me I can't buy it now, you're just stepping on my toes.
Levi says, imagine what it'll be like when your social credit score and carbon credit score aren't in alignment with the controlling regime. It's scary that people aren't more freaked out about this than they are. And it's like, yeah, no shit. The movie Idiocracy in full effect. Yeah. Shay says Tesla's semi-dust competition in places where it doesn't freeze. Sure. The new like crazy powered like trucks like that. Yeah, like they're making big steps. It's just the fact that like our country wants to like,
and it's not
to take a
ready
step in that direction, and we're not.
Yeah, no, it won't work in Canada. No. It'll work where there's giant freeways that never get snow.
But they've already said that like you won't be able to access the port with your truck unless you have like a, what is it? Like at least, I think it's at least like a hybrid diesel, like, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or biodiesel or some shit like that.
Yeah. And Elon Musk has even came out and said we're not in a position like it's we don't have the batteries. We don't have the battery retention.
We don't even know what to do with the batteries once they're no good.
That's one big thing, but even just coming up with the batteries, like
not enough lithium in the world.
Yeah, we got to mine more lithium, which fucking destroys the environment. Not only that, it takes fucking slave labor most of the time to fucking do it. Like you're getting this shit out of Africa, like almost like blood diamonds.
Starting to sound a lot like an alt-right podcast.
God damn it! This is in a fantasy
like an
world.
All right podcast to me.
Yeah, that's all right to me.
So we should call it the All Right podcast.
All right. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We've never said a wrong thing yet.
No.
We've gotten one episode flagged or talked about anything medical.
It's funny because the episode where we did discuss vaccines was before that. The episode that was medical misinformation was the BlackRock episode.
Right. But I mean, like, even when we talk about the vaccine, it's not like we're talking about like the medical efficacy or anything. Like we're just saying like, we don't want this because we have autonomy over our decisions.
Yeah. And the times that we have said anything more, it's usually backed up by a news story or some kind
Or
of
we're
fact,
reiterating what
yeah.
someone else has said. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad to think that we have no freedom of speech in Canada.
It's getting taken away.
No,
with Bill
it's
C-11.
not taken away. It was never given to us.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That's an American thing, freedom of speech. And
really,
that came from fighting the goddamn British off and winning a war that never happened in Canada.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's
and I'm not inciting violence for a revolution, people.
It's 1 minute away from 8. That means Shay's going to be here in 1 minute. He said he'd be here at 8 tonight.
Is that Shay on the chat right
Shay's
now?
in the chat right now. I don't know what he's
Shay,
doing. He must be putting his socks on or something.
Oh no, I don't think he's coming. One way or another. Even if he does come, that'll just be an added sprinkle on top.
Yeah, come on down, Shay. We're all set up for you.
Come on down, Shay. It's real good here at the Crowded Room podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you. We know you have a lot of choices of what you want to do on Thursday nights.
Well, this is the last Crowded Room podcast before school starts and everything, and summer's officially over.
Oh, and we're out of the summer bullshit.
Yeah, so we're gonna have people sitting home Thursday nights. They might be inclined to tune in if Kyle G's gonna black out again.
He could. That's a very good possibility.
You guys never know. He could wake up, black out any episode. So always tune in. Always tune in.
Yeah, he's an unpredictable guy there.
Mm-hmm.
So they're making a movie about Mike Tyson, hey?
A documentary?
And he sold his rights. Apparently nothing's true in it. And the actor they got to play Mike Tyson looked nothing like him at all.
Whatever happened to that Jamie Foxx movie? Wasn't Jamie Foxx?
Oh, I remember hearing of that.
He transformed and was like...
No, it's not him.
Really?
Yeah, but
is this Hulu or whatever? The one Dana White didn't want to be a part of?
So apparently he sold the rights to his life story. I don't know how the fuck you can do that.
Dude.
But first if anyone wants to buy my life story.
Dude, first you have to copyright your life story, I guess. And then you'd be able to sell it. Maybe it's because it's in a book. And then so he can sell it like that. I don't know, man. But you could just make up your own boxer and call him something else and put him through similar shit.
Right. Which means they're not paying him shit all for it. And they're going to make a completely false kind of recap of his life.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it hasn't been so long ago that people aren't going to remember the actual facts, right?
The motherfucker's still here, and he's
still
like
here. He's
popular.
Still prominent in the public space. He does a podcast every week.
He goes on other people's podcasts.
Yeah, right.
He's a very popular guy still. However, he did say recently he's at the end of his life. He thinks he's going to die soon.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure everybody over fucking 60 or 70, I think by now.
My Croatian grandpa says that every time I see him for the last fucking 10 years.
I don't think too many people think they're going. And I mean, honestly, at a certain age, I don't think you want to keep going. Like,
yeah, fair
right.
enough.
Even at 33, I'm like, fuck, dude, this sucks. Like, I want to go backwards. At 73, it's going to be like, well, any minute now I'm going to die and get reborn as a fucking caterpillar, and that's going to be a lot better than this.
I wish I could just rewind to the moment where I first hurt my back and be like, don't do that. I don't know how it happened. I'd have to have to go back to go back to like when I was 30.
Yeah.
Like in 2018 or something, and fucking figure it out. Sit nice, have good posture for this whole year, and you'll be good.
Yoga. People laugh at yoga.
I used to.
People laugh at yoga, but dude, it's you can call it whatever the fuck you want. Sit the fuck down and stretch.
Yeah.
And I think like when you see old dudes that are like hunched the fuck over and can't stand up straight,
tight and stuff.
It's because they haven't stretched in fucking decades.
Yeah, man. And then they go to someone that like temporarily fixes them, you know what I mean?
And it's not going to elongate those muscles. Like you went to the point of no return almost. Right. And I just think foresight on that, stretch as much as you can. I mean, by the time we're 70, they're going to invent something that stops people aging at 30. Right. And the shitty thing is they then have to do this weird dilemma where they're like, who gets this? Because like when you're 70, we don't need people being 70 for the rest of their lives, like needing a bunch of health care and like we got to keep these 70-year-olds
eventually
70.
they'll die off.
Well, they won't. If you take this pill, you'll stop aging, right? But it's kind of like, no, people that are 30 now can take it, but if you're 31, fuck you, you're down the road, you got to age out.
Yeah,
right.
Well,
and then you think like Elon Musk says we're not overpopulating, but in population density areas and stuff, there it's just gonna overwhelm because people will still be born, but no one will age out and die.
yeah. Have you ever heard of the Huberman podcast?
Yeah, Andrew.
Yeah, that's the guy that talks about longevity, right?
I believe so. I don't know what kind of scientist he is, but he's a fucking smartass.
Yeah, and I don't listen to him all the time, but I have friends that do, and like I've heard lots of clips from it, and it's cool. All the different things that are coming out that like lead to longevity and stuff. It's not just one thing. You know,
I've only heard him on Joe Rogan before, but yeah, him and Lex Friedman are two of like the seriously high intellectual kind of podcasts that are floating around right now. And I listen to Lex, but not so much. I don't know why. I've never had the free time to check it out, honestly. But the Lex Friedman one is interesting.
Well, so apparently, if you eat food like fruit and vegetables that have been like damaged, kind of,
you're saying that, yeah,
it's actually better for you. Like triggers something in your body that tells you that like times are about to get tough, so it like bolsters up a bunch of shit and like there's things like that. And then they also have like these pills you can take. They're coming out with a synthetic one, but they have like right now like natural like NMNs, I believe they're called. And it's something you can take in the NDAs. They're like these things that literally like clean up your DNA and keep you young. And as you get older, your body stops producing them as much. And that's why you age so much. So that
whatever the fuck Tom Cruise is doing, sign me the fuck up.
Yeah.
That guy's like almost 60 or something. And he looks like he's 30 something. Like he hasn't hit 40. Yeah.
Well, remember that big, tall, motivational speaker guy from Shallow Hal?
Remember?
He was like,
what was his name?
Yeah.
It's not Gary V. It's
No.
I forget, but he's got like the huge teeth.
Yeah.
And he's been motivationally speaking for like years. Levi could probably tell us who that guy is.
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, now you want to talk. Get over here, Shay. But yeah, so Tony Robbins, he came out. He's like heavily invested in like longevity and like, you know, like anti-aging shit.
Right.
So he's like, we can test your biogenetic age or whatever. Like, and so like there's your age, and then there's like how old your body actually like when they scan your body, how like, you know, like what age it seems like kind of thing. So he's like 63, but his like biogenetic age is like 51.
Right.
Like, so he's like
fucking nice.
His body's 12 years younger than it should be. Essentially.
And you need some serious money to do these things too, I bet.
Dude, I looked into it. It's okay. So right now, because they don't have the synthetic version out right now, like the thing is it doesn't have a long shelf life. So a lot of the stuff that you can buy, it's no good by the time it gets to you. Like even though it's not past its expiry date, it's still no good. It's like useless. So like within like a year, like the synthetic one should be out. And then that will be at like a normal price because like it won't be something that expires so quick.
Okay.
And then literally anybody will be able to take this stuff. And like I can't wait to like get my grandpa on it, you know, like here, take this stuff.
I get it, but that's what I'm saying. There's going to be like at first you can give it to your grandpa, but there's going to be laws eventually where it's like, hey, we don't need 90-year-olds in this world anymore, right? They're just kind of a detriment to our healthcare system.
Well, once they take this stuff, they're not as much though.
But you can't reverse the aging.
Not
you
reverse,
can only
but in the mind it helps a lot.
One
thing he was saying, one of the studies they did was like with mice, basically like let's say like a mouse can walk like 1 kilometer a day, right? And then like the old mouse can only walk like 0.5 kilometer a day. And then once you put this old mouse on that stuff, it can walk 4 times longer than the young mouse. So it's like, and then they're doing it to people in the military who are already in like peak physical condition. and they get even stronger and faster. And like,
Sounds like steroids.
Dude, it does sound like
Yeah.
steroids. And they're saying they won't be able to regulate it in sports because it's just, you can't really regulate how much of that stuff you're supposed to have in your system. So you can't really test
Yeah.
for it. So like
By
literally,
then CRISPR will have sports taken care of, though.
who?
CRISPR.
What's that?
It's gene editing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
Really?
like, yeah, you'll be able to like birth a basketball team, and
Well, you already pretty much can.
raise them to.
Like you can't do it in Canada, but there was a thing where people from Canada were going down to the States to, you know, like to change, like you'd bring your pregnant wife down there and you're like, I want to make sure I have a boy. And they gene edit and they make sure you have a boy. They've been able to do that for like a long time now, like 10 years
Right.
or something. Like,
I think the leading edge of that is a company called CRISPR.
okay, that makes sense. I heard the name before.
And yeah, apparently you could be like 5 foot Asian guy and be like, I want a 6'5" black kid.
I don't know if you can get a black kid.
Yeah, but apparently like that's where this is heading.
Because you would have to have those genes in your DNA already.
No, they could clickety clack
Really?
and fucking morph your kid into a. I want his dick to be smaller than mine, so he respects me.
Yeah, and 1 inch shorter than me. That's hilarious.
That little fuck's gonna know who's boss.
Or
Yeah.
if you're just short, then you want to like change the genetics of your family.
Yeah, right, and which is going to be like a change the whole idea of family of countries altogether, right? Like you're like, oh, we're fucking from China or something, but how come your son's black?
Yeah. Oh, we just gene edited.
Right.
What's
right.
up, Andrew?
And then the next generation's not really going to think of it as a traditional. They're not going to have like, oh, I love Asian people because my family's Asian. We love everyone because we look like everyone.
Do they do dick transplants yet?
I think so. I know you can get a dick extension or something implanted.
You just get this much added to it.
Don't ask me how I know.
Just like right in the middle. Cut it off and add a block and put it back on.
I think so, dude. I don't know. We should ask that one to Shay. Shay would know. Shay's got all the answers today. Hey, Andrew's in too. Thank you,
What's
Andrew.
up, Andrew.
Andrew, how's your dick hanging today? Yeah. I'm sure you can get a dick extension. Like I think I've even heard of that before, where it's like a synthetic little fucking joint.
I'll take 3.
Yeah. I want a zigzag dick.
Low and left. That's how he's hanging.
Thank you, Andrew. I needed to know.
Yeah, that's why he's always leaning to the right.
Yeah, that's why he limps. Yeah, that's why I limp too. Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. Enough dick talk, ladies and gentlemen. No, I like it.
There hasn't been enough dick talk.
I think the future is dicks.
Yep.
That's all. I think that was part of the Idiocracy script too. How like medicine was just like doctors in quotes were just studying how to make erections last longer.
Yeah.
For like thousands of years, and they don't actually like know anything more about. They haven't advanced medicine, but just dicks.
Yeah.
Pure dicks.
I think I'm not a huge fan of Joe Rogan's stand-up comedy these days. I haven't been for
I haven't heard
time.
it much. No.
Anytime I hear new stuff, I'm like, whatever. But I think one of the most legendary moments he's ever had is when he's talking about dick pills. He's like, if there was really dick pills, like you think like your neighbor would just have his dick in a wheelbarrow. We'd all just be taking so many.
I think he
of
said
them.
Some guy would have overdosed on him. Already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he's like, they're not going to be sold to you by Ron Jeremy and some fucking prostitute at like midnight.
Yeah.
That was epic.
An actual pill you could take. You're like, oh, it adds 10 inches to your dick.
He's like, you think if those are real, like everybody would be taking them. Like,
yeah.
That's hilarious.
I wouldn't fucking shy away from trying those though. Either way, I don't care how proud you are about your dick. Everyone's like,
it's like going into the
I
UFC.
could try that.
Going to the UFC, everyone's on steroids, and you're like, no. I'm natty, guys.
Yeah,
and it's like
I'm good here. I please my wife. Thank you very much. And she's like, oh,
yeah. And then a year from now, everybody's got fucking extended,
right?
Extendos going.
Everybody's leaning forward.
Everyone's got back problems.
Everyone's got the angiitis. Yeah.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
We're an inch away from this medical breakthrough, I'm sure. You know,
An inch.
Yeah.
Fucking inch away.
But I'll sign me up. I'm right there. I don't care. Call me, even if I'm 80. I'd be like, yeah, I can try this. See how my dick. Yeah. I haven't used my dick in forever, but I could use a bigger dick.
Joe Rogan's like, yeah, like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, I'm happy with my size. Like, yeah, that's what you say until your neighbor's rolling his fucking dick around the wheelbarrow. Oh fuck! Now we're just hacks repeating other people's comedy.
Who cares? These guys love it. No, our beautiful audience.
Yeah, come back next week. We're doing Carlos Mencia.
You guys like dicks? Yeah, you look like you like dicks.
I was listening to Joe Rogan talk about with some other people talk about like time travel and how it doesn't work the way we think it would and all that stuff. And how look who's here.
How does it work?
We have a special guest.
What's going on? Oh, we got one in the chamber here for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
You guys have been loyally listening to our dick talk for a mean fucking 10 minutes.
It's a new segment, Dick Talk.
We've got our resident guest here.
I said I needed an extra couple inches, and fucking
look
it
what
showed
we
up.
got. Yeah, this room's the length of dick in this room just got longer. Oh, Jesus Christ! Thank you so much, Shay, for coming by.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shay, are we calling you Toes or Taves? So when we're at a wedding, what are they gonna say? Taves. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's a traditional way. Hey, yeah. It's kind of like the Ellis Island thing to say toes. Yeah. So Shay Taves, thank you back for your repeat attendance here on the podcast. When was it last time you were here? Can you remember? 6 weeks?
Come a little closer to the mic.
Yeah, you got to talk into the mic.
6 weeks ago, I think.
6 weeks ago. It feels like it was so fucking long ago.
Yeah, it's probably
honestly.
A couple months ago or something.
Yeah.
Start of summer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what have you been up to, Shay?
Nothing
at all? Fuck,
No,
me
just
too,
hanging
bro.
out with the family
Okay, yeah. You got a big family, hey?
yeah.
How many kids do you have?
3.
Three?
Trying for 4.
Oh, everyone's always trying, bro.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it's 4.
What he means is cream pies are on the menu.
Oh, yeah, no. They never come off the menu, bro.
Cassandra says she's going to make you get a dick extension.
I would. As long as you get them tits, babe, then we're getting the dick.
That's just suicide. You got to go home to that.
I gotta go home with my tail between my legs. But you got 3 kids. Fuck, you've been busting hard, hey? Yeah. So all with the same lady?
No, 2 with 1 and my current.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you got an ex with 2 kids.
Yep.
And so you do shared custody?
Yeah, 50-50.
Back and forth, 50-50. Nice. That's pretty fucking cool, honestly.
Yeah, their last nights tonight, they're all just passed out right now.
Oh, really? So you got to sneak out.
Yeah.
That's thank you very much. The Crowded Room podcast thanks
drink?
you. Yeah.
I would love a drink.
Sure.
One of those or one of these?
I have
Help yourself. Yeah.
Have one of both.
Anyways,
one. We're having one each.
We treat our guests right
we
here.
treat our fucking guests
I'll
here.
take a beer.
Yeah. help
There you
yourself.
go.
So Shay, you got fucking 3 kids out of 2 ladies. You think you're done, or are you still gonna keep on?
No.
Fucking man couldn't pull out of his
Oh, you're
fucking own
married.
driveway.
Yeah. So you're married. So you think this is it?
100%.
So you
Ride
went
or
so
die.
hard in the youth, and then you're just done.
Done.
Okay.
100% done.
Really?
Yeah.
Was there ever a point where you're like, I really want these kids, or did it kind of just show up on your doorstep?
Like before?
Yeah.
No, I never wanted any.
Yeah,
kids.
okay.
No, I was like that guy that's like, I'm never gonna have children.
Right.
I'm gonna be like bachelor till I die. Yeah.
And it just kind of happened.
Yeah. Then it all just kind of happened.
Yeah. I get it. Okay.
But it's like the most life changing thing. So then you're just like your priorities go from like, oh, this was a lot of fun to no.
Right. Right. I can't relate to that at all because I don't have kids. But I noticed that like
If you got bills, it's the same thing. It's
W-
just like
bills-
these bills will die if you don't pay them. So
right, but I kind of think of it as like I don't really like other people's dogs, but I love my dog.
yeah.
And other people's dogs piss me off.
I have the exact same feeling.
But my dog's cool as shit, and he's probably worse than other people's dogs. But he's like, hey, that's my dog.
Yeah, no, that's exactly
Right. Yeah.
People come over and she just jumps all over them. She's a pit bull mastiff.
Right. Yeah.
She's like 18 months old, so she's like
Exactly. And I don't want to equate that to children. I assume that the children are like much more of an emotional feeling than the dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's just how I assume that having kids for me would be, because I mean I don't like kids right now. I don't like other people's fucking kids at all.
Yeah, it was the best thing ever. It was like the feeling of being like, oh yeah, I get to be the cool dude that like jacks you up with sugar, or like
Right, yeah.
I saw one that's like, oh yeah, Uncle Alex is the shit. And then
Yeah, there you
go. Your problem now. Buddy.
Yeah, see you later.
Yeah.
That's how that's how my mom acts with my dog. Like it's almost like the grandparents with the kids. My mom will just give the dog like treats left and right.
The treats are laying around all over the property. The dogs are just full. And she's like, want another treat? Throws more out and like,
have some treats. And we're just like, this dog's gonna shit itself and not ever eat dinner again.
I'm never gonna eat normal food.
That your parents probably haven't told you yet, but they are waiting for the day that you get like financially secure, like your own place where they're gonna come fuck your shit up on like a whole new level.
Yeah. As payback.
Fuck. I've already told my kids, I'm like, the day you get a car, booting that fucking thing.
Yeah.
As soon as you get a house, I'm walking.
Hey, remember when you shit on my carpet?
Oh,
you don't? Well, fuck. This is what it was like.
Yeah.
Revenge, motherfucker.
Awesome. Why are you shitting on my carpet?
Oh, that's brutal right now.
Yeah.
I have a like 3-year-old. She'll be 3 in 8 days, but she's like the most mentally mature of all my children.
Yeah.
8, 7, and 3.
Okay.
And right now she's like regressing. She'd be like, I don't know, walking at like I think it was 9.5, 10 months or something like that. And then she was like potty trained right away. Like right now, she only wants to pee on the potty. Like right now, if she like walks anywhere else from around us, we're like, get the fuck in the bathroom now. And she's no.
Oh, but she's 3.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But like I'm like, you're 3. You shouldn't be shitting in your pants. And like,
oh,
what are you doing?
I see. I don't know the first thing about that. That would suck. God damn it. I don't want that shit. I have a senior dog. I have to wipe its ass.
Like it happened so many times today that I had to ask the wife on the way out. I was like, "Are you sure it's okay if I go?" She's like, "Yeah, as long as you actually fucking go." I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, you've been saying you're gonna go forever.
And you haven't fucking left.
Go.
Yeah,
you better fucking go."
I wanted the time to myself here. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's funny. Well, we appreciate you coming down.
We appreciate it here at the Crowded Room Podcast.
I don't know if you're watching, babe, but I appreciate you for.
Does she watch?
I don't know. I told her how, but
does she know we exist?
She does.
Oh, there we go. Hey, chalk that one on the board. Woo!
The whole wheels on this thing, or the whole fucking thing would fall apart.
Yeah. Basically, like if you weren't there in the chat, fuck, I don't know if we'd probably have shot ourselves or something. I don't know.
Pistachio's good.
Yeah.
Last week, he was good, dude.
That was amazing.
He could actually hold a conversation. Before that, the Kyle episode was kind of kick him for me while you're over there.
What are your thoughts on the Kyle episode?
That I'll do it. I'll do like the entire episode of Kyle and like this. This is how I went.
Just
like,
don't shit yourself.
Start off good, right?
Yeah, we metal music. Traveling, stuff, experiences,
and then stare at your phone a bit.
As soon as we started talking to Davey, he just lost interest. Remember, Davey came in, we talked to him for a second, and his head went down to his phone.
Then all of a sudden, it was like,
"Ooh,
it's over."
Yeah.
Will the real Kyle
it was more of a circus stunt than a podcast episode. I think it was kind of sad.
I would be very interested to see like the numbers on his SoundCloud, or like any of
the SoundCloud, how much it bumped.
If it bumped or it went down.
Well, we can show you
I
that
don't
on
know.
the YouTube analytics.
Yeah, I'm sure there's people
That's
out there that
what
really
it
do
is.
monitor
Yeah.
SoundCloud and stuff, but I honestly have not looked at a SoundCloud in fucking 10 years.
Well, every time we start a podcast off and finish it, we use SoundCloud to play.
Oh, really? Nice. Oh, because that's where you guys put your music. Right.
But yeah, that episode with G was like, right now it has like 135 views. Like,
yeah,
that's good for one of our episodes.
That's
in 2
good. I
weeks.
mean,
like,
if we showed a fucking a train crash, you know, we'd get a bunch of views too.
but they only if
was a train crash.
you
It
kind
was.
of have to know someone on the train for it to be that exciting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That one was bad though. That was a controlled crash. It
What
was
time
kind
did
of
he
like
get
a
out of
crash
there?
test dummy. What?
Did he sleep the night?
He was
slept
here
the whole
till
night? He's still there, dude.
Yeah, he's still here.
He's still
2 a.m.
Damn,
though.
sorry,
He spent
Holy
good
cover.
6-7 hours on the floor
Holy
before he
shit.
went home. And yeah, we
We tried
just,
kicking
yeah,
him. We tried bringing him shit. I came up to like turn the lights off for him, and like, yeah, he just decided this is enough. This is the time where we sleep.
Got to get some of those Jujimufu smelling salts.
that was
Gotta get
the
something.
That was the
Yeah.
time I left it on by accident, right?
Yeah,
Afterwards.
yeah.
And so you got to see G didn't get up. Like,
yeah, I was watching.
you're the one that called me.
Dude, if the podcast starts, like I get the notification. I think
Yeah.
I've only missed a couple, but like
Yeah.
even if I'm doing something else, I'll just like put it on mute
Mhm.
and
Oh,
like,
nice.
leave it running.
Thank
So,
you.
Like, it's getting the numbers, but
Yeah.
like, that was fucking
Yeah.
out there, man.
Even if I'm bathing my kids, fucking,
I
We're
came
looking the
back-
full other direction.
I don't
and
even know what
watching
the
it.
fuck I was doing, but I came back and I was like, what the fuck is that noise? And then I looked at my phone and I'm like,
It was still playing.
yeah, because like on YouTube Premium, like it just plays.
just
the
plays
playlist.
it when it's
So I
off,
was like,
yeah.
what? I didn't even realize it. It was just this dark spot on my phone. I'm like, what the fuck did I do to my phone? And then I see this light, and then I click on it. I'm like, holy fuck, he's in there sleeping.
Wow.
It's been a little while.
And then you're the one that called me, right? You're like, hey, you didn't turn it off. Or someone
Yeah.
call me, and I was like, oh shit, I
I
did
was
come.
like, dude, you're live right now. Or I called you and you were like, I'm live, aren't I?
Yeah. We
Imagine-
should have kept the camera on Kyle the whole time. dude.
Imagine if
Yeah.
like we would have just left it, and then 2 a.m, it shows him get up after 7 hours.
Ooh,
Just
yeah.
stumble out of here. Holy
I
shit!
love how that's the sound of Kyle G. That should be his name.
My
We should-
head hurts.
We should name him. Yeah.
Good idea.
I forgot to ask Stashio on his when he was here last time. Does he play like competitive NHL or anything like that?
I don't think so.
he's
It's
not-
first person shooters.
It's all FPS.
I'm pretty sure he'll tell you
He
here.
was
but,
in the chat, but I think it is FPS mostly, right, Andrew? Let us know if you're still there.
Right. But yeah, no, I was looking at that. I just got the Gran Turismo and it's pretty fucking cool. And I usually just do first person shooters or Fortnite or something, right? That Gran Turismo kind of it's catching me in a way that those ones don't. And I'm thinking I want to try that NHL because I haven't for like fucking 10 years. I used to be big into it back in like 2008 to 10. I really want to try that. Do you do PS5?
Yeah.
Okay, I should add you. Yeah. But yeah, Gran Turismo I've been playing lately, and it's addictive, dude.
It's so realistic.
Yeah,
That's
and
why.
it's just like the milliseconds of a difference make all the difference on your time at the end, and you're trying to get that gold medal every time.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's really nice.
I suck at the driving games, so I just avoid the fuck out of those.
Right, but the thing you can turn the skills down and the auto assists up, and it kind of mediates all that. Yeah.
Nice. Sounds like karaoke with auto tune.
Right. Yeah. That you're not that good still, but yeah. 'Cause the problem is I want to drive aggressive as shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to do like the slow normal driving, right? But then your car's gonna fucking hit the wall every time when you drive. So you tone it down a little bit.
Have you tried the VR?
No, never.
Even the one in the mall.
No, I've never
Yeah,
done
we should
that.
try that sometime.
Yeah.
I haven't done
like
it.
just even the racing sims.
No.
Like I can't take my kid past there now, and I'll be like, oh fucking.
Really? And you
Whatever.
have?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're fucking fun, man.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I wanna
just
try
plow
this,
through
yeah.
people on.
Do you have to like schedule a time, or can you pretty much just walk in and?
Fuck, that thing is. I don't even know how any of those places are still fucking operating, man. Like,
There's never anyone there.
no, it's all birthday parties and shit. But no,
Oh yeah,
you can walk in there and do anything you want, anytime you want to do it.
I had like a little clip-on one for my buddy's phone, like a little fucking. It's just
where you
phone,
put the phone in the thing.
But like even that was crazy because like you can't move around, you can't do anything. You just look around. But like, I was in like the palm of this like big transformer that was like climbing a building, and like, you look down and it's like holy shit, like it actually looks like a far way down.
Yeah,
and like it's trippy for sure.
Yeah, I took my kids to the one in by the Starbucks.
Oh yeah,
and I let them play around for a little bit, and then I was like, the next time I didn't even do anything the first time, and the next time I was like, okay, well, I'll join in. What were you guys doing last time? And then they're like, the lady's like, what game do you want to play? And they're like, this one. And she's like, what the hell game are you talking about? Yeah. And then they describe it to her, and she's like, that's the lobby. Like, you guys, like, they legitimately played inside the VR lobby before joining any of the games. And,
and they thought that was the best.
Yeah, they thought there's like crane machines and like basketball and like stupid shit.
I'd like to. I think to get a legit one, you need a full-on computer, kind of with a graphics card and stuff. But the thing is, the old ones were so bad that people would puke most of the time. They'd get like motion sickness.
Yeah.
They're coming out with a new one. That was part of the Mark Zuckerberg episode with Joe Rogan. They're about to release a next generation VR headset.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that one might interest me. We'll see what the price point is on it all, but I've always kind of wanted to try it, but I mean, like, especially in the summer, I don't like to play video games that much. Now that it's coming down, I'm ramping up.
Yeah, buddy.
The one shitty part about it, especially the one like in the one by Starbucks, like I found they put it on there, they strap it to your fucking head, and then you're in this world. But holy fuck, does like the seal on your face?
It hurts.
No, it sweats like a son of a bitch.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It gets really kind of annoying,
and it takes you out of the immersion.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
You're like,
yeah.
See what
there's no real way around it. You put something around your head like that, it's gonna fucking sweat.
Like,
right. Well, I think
got to be ready to move in some of those games too. Like, there's this one me and my daughter played where you're shooting like cyberpunk heads and like all this shit, but like out of nowhere, like you're in a room, right? If you've never done it before, you don't think to move, and like these fucking pillars will just shoot up out of nowhere, and like it's coming at you, and you got to like move, but you don't feel it. But then you're like, oh fuck, I'm losing health, like I'm dying.
I gotta move.
Then you're all of a sudden you're moving. You're like, fuck, you're almost hitting the wall. And
a boxing game would be pretty intense. I would like to try that. That would be cool.
So they have boxing games.
Yeah, that'd be cool to try. I'd be down.
That was one of the conversations they had too. That boxing is pretty easy to do, but they want to try to get one day to a kickboxing. Or something, which is a lot harder to do because
you got to put things on your feet.
Well, not only that, but it's pretty easy to throw the punch and stop the punch, and you can't really throw the kick and stop the kick without hitting something. Right. So that was a hurdle they had to try to get around. Yeah.
You've seen the videos of people with the VR just smashing their kids by accident. Yeah. It's like, wait till you got the kickboxing game going.
Yeah.
Kids are going to die, man.
Yeah.
The next one I want to try, they got like it's like you're encased, and then the ground is like really slippery, and it's just like a big dome.
Yeah.
And they just hook you up in it with a suit, and you just run around like it's first person. Like you're playing Call of Duty or whatever the hell it is.
Okay.
Yeah, like you're full on running in this thing, and you're just in the space.
So how do you move
with your feet?
Joystick.
Like, no, like you.
But don't you ever run into a wall?
No, like they have you standing in like this thing. Right.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
And then like they put like a barrier around you, and then they like hook you
up.
Oh,
in real life, you're standing in the bowl.
Yeah.
Oh,
so you can run on
it.
Yeah. So you're like booking it, and you're like,
I got you.
Do both VRs have that? Both places in town? Because I was wondering about that one. That's what I want to try.
The one in the mall I haven't seen, but the one at Starbucks has it. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. And it's never been busy. I've just never. Always had the kids, and I'm like, okay, fuck, I can't take my eyes off you.
It looked like one of those things that just be like kind of going, like you could probably walk in and get in within an hour,
right?
Kind of thing.
But yeah, when you have your kids, you can't put the fucking headset on.
Well, the crazy thing about that,
you take it off, your kid's fucking abducted.
When I was 12, I was living in Tigard, Oregon, with some family, and they took me to Seattle Science World or something like that.
Oh, I think I've been there. Yeah.
And they have like all the different levels, like the earthquake room and the flood room. And
Maybe
like
that was
all
the Vancouver one, but I think I know what you
they
mean.
had a
Yeah.
VR, and it was like that, like a very rudimentary 25-year ago setup.
Yeah.
Like, but
even just like the exploration place, remember, you know, that little room they have, you sit in those seats and then just like a big screen in front of you, and then they take you through these rides but shake you around, so it feels like you're actually going through it. They
did that in Las Vegas at the Circus, and there was like it was like a carnival thing, and like these false teeth, you know how like they're like chatter, and it kept like trying to bite you, and it would like jerk the seat back at the right time. It was, oh, it's almost biting me.
Yeah.
Oh, we did the one, I don't even know what the fuck it is. They put you in this weird little pod, and it simulates like roller coasters and like this one pendulum. I actually for a second was like, holy fuck, and like had to put my arms like straight out and to hold like the joysticks, like, or whatever it is, the handles, and like for a second, like a split second, I'm like, holy fuck. And I'm like, oh,
how did I get in this world?
Yeah, I was like, this isn't real. Like, I could put my feet down right now.
Yeah.
And like, then I did, and I'm like, okay, this is fucking
when it takes up your whole vision. Like I said, that one that I couldn't move. I was just in the palm of this robot's hand. Like when it takes your whole vision, like you look down and see like the ground way down there. It feels like it's way down there for a second. I'm just sitting on my couch.
Yeah, that's what like the physical immersion comes in, and it just blows your mind.
Right.
It's like, crazy how much of a difference that makes.
Yeah, it tricks your senses, and then you like take it off, and you're like, you kind of think like for a little bit it's gonna be like that Rick and Morty scene where he's just like, oh, put me back in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's real or not.
That's what scares me from trying it, because I just think like there goes the rest of my hobbies or whatever. That's all I'm gonna do.
I'll tell you right now, like
Some
if you like
people are
games,
like that.
none of the VRs like that I've done
that immersed just yet, but give it
super
10 20
cartoony.
years, right?
Yeah, for sure, it's gonna be something sweet.
A lot of the games for VR aren't even like fully developed. Like a lot of the ones you see on YouTube, people playing, it's like they're fighting skeletons and shit like that. You can grab them by the head and throw them around and stuff like that. It looks cool, but those are like half games. There's no story.
Apps.
It's just like glorified apps. Yeah, it's like a simulator.
Yeah.
So you can go in and fight a skeleton over and over again with a couple different weapons, and that's it. It's like it's not a real game. It's like a simulation. Yeah. It's cool though, nonetheless.
Yeah.
That's why that VR place is kind of cool. Like, why do you want to buy an $800 VR headset for like games like that?
So you don't have to share it with a bunch of fucking.
Well, for games that only have maybe 10 minutes of like real fun play
That's
time.
true,
It's like go there and try them all out. Fucking instead of buying one. Plus, you need a computer like fucking mine to
actually work it. I mean, a lot of these are going to start coming out of the PS5.
Eventually,
and whatnot. Apparently, that's got some pretty good graphics processors, and you can upgrade the SSD card.
Yeah, it goes up to like 8K.
Yeah,
I'm impressed with my PS5. It's I only play PS4 games still, but they run so fucking good now. Like
crazy.
Like these sandbox games that would take so long to load on my PS4. I play them now on PS5, and it's like everything loads in seconds.
Well, the thing is,
I play like Ark and like Conan Exile. It's like,
so you're not going to get the best out of those anyways. But the thing is, no matter how good your PlayStation puts out, you need to buy a 4K or 8K TV plus a compatible cord to
get the full quality,
right?
But at least it runs it smooth.
I have all that, and even then, only some games support that
right now.
At 120 frames per second.
I was gonna try to get a super nice monitor for my computer because I got a nice video card.
And we were telling, even your brother was telling you, it's fucking impossible
for what I wanted. It's like it's so expensive, and it's not worth it because most things aren't even compatible necessarily with it.
So the route I went with is I just bought a living room TV that does 4K at 120 frames per second.
Yeah, with the 1 millisecond response rate.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was trying to get out of a monitor, essentially.
The problem is it's very hard to compress that into 27 inches. Mine's 55 inches.
See, I thought it was easier to make a smaller screen do that than
because you're shrinking the pixels. Sorry?
Aren't CRTs the big hype again?
CRT was what, sorry?
Like those old, I can't remember what it stands for. Color, fucking Stashio, no. Like those 500-pound TVs.
Stashio, what's he talking about?
I'm not too sure. Mine's a OLED LG. Yeah.
Has like absolutely no lag input or something like that.
Oh, I couldn't tell you. But I'm sure there's always cutting edge technology and whatnot coming out.
Ancient. This is like from when we fucking played Super Mario 3.
Oh,
They're
really?
they're selling for big right now.
See,
they're called CRT.
See,
the yellow, red, and white, or what?
What I'm trying to do with first person shooters, when
CRT are the old TVs we grew up watching.
Yeah.
Oh,
so the
okay.
tubes, like the tubes.
Yeah.
That's the new thing.
They're like
huge ass monitors and TVs. So what, did they make them good now?
No, they just have absolutely like no lag input apparently. Like,
really?
For certain
because of their
games,
design.
like, I don't know if it was
latency
fighting games or like certain games, but that's like the pinnacle of what they figured out.
Right. See, the main aspect I'm looking for is frames per second, so that it refreshes faster.
Well, if there's no lag, then I think that's what he's getting at.
No, but you can still do that with the hertz at 30 frames per 60 or 120, and 120 is like the highest you can ask for right now.
I thought it was
4K
150. I thought.
No, you can get up to 240, 320 or something, but not at 4K output, right? That's at
a lot of power.
That's at the 1080p or 2K. It is much clearer. Like say I'm aimed here and I want to go to Jer. If I just want to go whoop, it's gonna be way smoother if I have 120 seconds between here or frames between there. Yeah,
for sure.
So yeah, it was worth it. But that's just it. You can buy all the fancy equipment you want, but if you don't have the nice monitor and cable and stuff to connect the two, it's not gonna produce what it should.
Yep.
Yeah,
for sure. And yeah, that's why I wanted to get a nice monitor for my computer, right? It's just like I want to take advantage of having the best video card.
They exist. It's rare to find it in Canada.
Yeah.
And you're gonna end up spending more than $1,000 to get it. Whereas if you we always need new living room TVs anyways. We use that more than anything. You might as well just buy the fucking living room TV.
Yeah, no, right.
Right. That supports everything just as it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
for your computer, it kind of sucks because no one wants.
How much is a TV like that?
There.
Like $3,000, $4,000.
It depends how big you want it.
Yeah. How much is your TV?
At 55, it was $2,000.
Okay, that's not bad.
Two something. If you want a 65, you're looking at $3,000.
Yeah, who needs a 65?
Yeah, and that was a year ago, so
I'd like to have
going
60,
down.
But I mean,
yeah.
I want one of those monsters from Costco that's like 75 inches.
Right, and then you're looking at 3-4 or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's just it. You look at my TV; it's like skinnier than my pinky. It's a 1/4 inch thick.
Technology's getting nuts, man. We can fit so much shit into such small places now. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen that picture. That guy with the boom box. He's got all this technology from the '90s, cameras, everything. And it's like literally everything in this picture is like in our pocket now. Everything. Wild. Yeah, man. It's cool that we grew up in in this time, in a sense, like
I was literally just coming back from the lake the other day and I was like, you know what I fucking miss? Like the only good Apple product, because I'm like an Android fanboy, but was the iPod.
The iPod was so dope.
The original where you scrolled the wheel.
I think I still have mine. It doesn't work anymore, but I just love it.
That thing lasted fucking forever.
And it was a brick.
I bought like the big iPod, the fucking like 300 gigabyte one or whatever, and it was like a brick. I loved it.
And it was expensive back then.
It's like heavier than my phone is now, I think, and it was just so satisfying. Just all this music on here.
Yeah, I remember when I smashed it, I ended up getting like the little one. Remember that clip? It was just like a fucking
the little one,
man. It was
the little square ones.
Yeah,
those
like
little pieces of shit.
And it shuffled. It was called the shuffle.
iPod shuffle. Yeah, and you could shake it and shuffle it.
Yeah, I hated that thing. Yeah, but it would be so dope for snowboarding.
And around that time when that came out, MP3 players, you could go to like Home Hardware, and there'd be like so many random brands you never heard of, little fucking 250 megabyte MP3 players, and you could put like fucking 20 songs on them. Fuck those days, man.
I remember when I can't even remember. It was one of those little chatty brands. Started like scrolling the fucking words across. You're like, holy shit, this is Linkin Park. Like what?
Linkin Park, fucking featuring.
And you had to wait 30 seconds to read it all
because you download it on LimeWire. Yeah. It's like a virus, actually.
Fucking LimeWire and Kazaa, man.
Yeah.
Just so many.
Oh man, you'd go to download an Eminem song or search an Eminem song. Eminem featuring DMX and fucking Outkast and like everyone who's like Slipknot. People would just like put everyone in it. You download it, your computer stops working.
The worst was when like the fucking porn trend, like when everybody was uploading like anything, and it was just like lemon party. Like you download anything, like if you didn't actually look and
I don't know
to see
that.
if it was JPEG.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's how I learned that shit back in the day.
Yeah, you're like,
you have to look at what file type
it is, because all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, wait to jam to this, and all of a sudden it's
right.
Like,
I had
yeah,
Napster, like back in the late 90s. I had Napster.
But after Napster was LimeWire, and when you search stuff, what he's saying is like it wouldn't be all audio files. Like you'd be looking up songs, and there'd be like exe files, and you download them, and then give your computer monkeypox.
Right.
No fucking idea what you've just done to your computer. Your parents go to write an email, and all of a sudden everything goes to fucking hell.
And they were just pissed because that was like a big fucking purchase back then.
Yeah.
Like the computer, the family computer.
Fuck.
I remember my mom was like, "You better not fucking be screwing around on that thing."
I think the biggest star on LimeWire was that Heather chick.
Who's Heather?
Oh fuck.
Heather I deep throat.
Yeah.
I remember as an 8-year-old or being in grade 8, like every kid knew about that. It's like we're all downloading the same porn in grade 8.
No, the fucking crazy one was the porn bloopers, and then the fuck was the other one? Pain Olympics. That one was
that was nasty.
I never saw either.
I never watched the Pain Olympics. I just heard about it. That was on like rotten.com,
where they're like cutting their dicks and shit.
Yeah, see, I never wanted to watch that. I just heard about that.
Like the Faces of Death stuff that wasn't like actually really real. I don't know. Like looking back on my memory of this, like I don't know how you fake cutting your dick off. Like the dudes.
Well,
I don't think that one was fake.
I don't think that one was fake. But the thing is, there was a lot of like fake gore videos on LimeWire back then.
Yeah.
And like after me and my friends got into rotten.com and Ogreish and all those, we would type in Faces of Death on LimeWire and just download everything. And I remember there's one guy blowing up a pool. He's like, blowing on the thing, and this kid goes and jumps on it, and his head blows up. Like it wasn't real, but like things like that. And like as a kid, you're like, was that real?
I'm not blowing up any pools anytime soon.
There was like more realistic ones, like someone getting a hatchet put through their throat. And like I just remember, I remember as a kid, like to this day,
that was real.
See, I never knew.
Yeah, that's like there's been like leaked military videos that were out. They were huge on Kazaa and LimeWire. I remember getting a bunch of them. One had armies, POWs, whatever. They were all on their knees,
and they got his head hacked off. That was on the news.
No, this one. Oh yeah, I saw that too, where the guy just hacked
the Taliban.
No, this was like I don't know, Iraqi something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They had a whole bunch of people with bags, and their hands were tied behind their backs, and they were on their knees, and this dude just comes by with a gun and just like walks by each of them and just blows them back in the back of that. And it's legit like filmed on a fucking potato. It wasn't fake. Like,
see, I follow Instagram pages that play that shit all the time now. I'm like desensitized to it. Like when they get taken down, I'm like, damn it.
The one that stuck with me the most was three guys and a hammer, or 3 bags.
That was
and a
fucked.
Hammer. Yeah.
I was already getting a little desensitized at that point.
Yeah, I have watched the whole thing, and like that is fucked.
Do you know what that is?
I watched from end to end, but I watched like where they're like stirring it, and then like to have the court translation where it's like, he's still alive. How is he still alive?
So these Russian guys were like going around like killing homeless people.
Oh.
So in this one time, they would lure them out, or maybe not even just homeless people, just people.
A dude on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
They were on this back road, and they like faked needing help. And dude got off his bike, they fucking clocked him. They like
with a hammer.
Hammer in a burlap sack, dummies him, drags him off, and then like they film it. They like just have their VHS out and they film it where they literally hammer smash this
right. And there's probably so much worse stuff that's been filmed doesn't get released.
No. This guy's still alive, and then they poke at his brains with a
screwdriver. They're like
in a forest,
pulling his eyes out and like poking at his brain.
That's
one of the worst.
It's it got leaked from a Ukrainian.
I'm pretty glad I never saw that. You
don't need to see that.
Yeah, well, I already just saw it in my brain with the mental image you guys just painted. But
Cassandra says like one guy, one jar. I don't know.
Fucked up.
What's that one?
So fucked up. This dude hoops a jar. Like
he puts a jar up his butt.
Yeah, like there's just like a jar on the ground, and then like this dude like cups his nuts and shit, and then like he just goes, and then it snaps, Like it's like a proper.
Oh,
like,
it breaks in his ass, right? I heard about
it
this.
Fucking shatters in his.
Oh, I
asshole.
heard
And,
about
like,
this.
His asshole just starts pouring blood, and he's like reaching in his asshole, and,
Trying
like,
to pull
pulling
shit out.
glass shards out of his asshole, just tearing his shit to shreds. It's
No.
fine.
You
Yeah.
just need to concede and go to the hospital at that point. Like, shut up.
No,
Isn't
dude,
there one
at
with
that
the
point,
fucking
you pull
horse?
the Avicii and you just take the rest of the bottle. and
Right.
fuck
See, I'm
yourself.
not into this shit. If you guys are into this, you should check out the Your Mom's House live episodes. They play a bunch of bullshit like
I
that.
have
I'm
to
not
just throw
into
out
shit
my
like
mom
that.
Oh,
on
you
OnlyFans.
sound like
I just-
this is the happiest I've seen you in
It's just-
weeks.
It's good to know that like other people did this when they were kids too. Like me and my friends, like grade 8, this
Right.
is us exploring the internet, seeing
If you
shit like
didn't-
But,
this.
if you didn't, you're a liar.
No, I literally didn't, but I grew up in Burns Lake and
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
have a computer in my room or
He saw
something.
the shit in real
I was
life.
gonna say you grew up in Burns Lake. You just had to look out the window.
Yeah,
yeah,
You've
we
seen
saw-
domestic violence all day.
But I mean, like kids around there see animals dying because they're hunting all the time. It's a little gory too, but you just don't see it with humans.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anyone's into that, these guys named Tom Segura and his wife Christina, they put on a live show every few months or something where you have to actually pay to watch it.
On Patreon or something.
I don't know, but it's pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I think you go to their website and you just pay, and then you get to watch the live stream where they play videos like that where you could never play it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I was
really
thinking, like,
fucked
what
up
the fuck could
sick
Tom
stuff.
have that could be so weird besides like maybe this video of his surgery?
I don't know, but
Yeah,
I've never
there's
been
lots of
into
bad,
it. It's
nasty shit.
Did you
out
see
there.
him? fucking
It's like-
pump up?
Who?
Tom Segura. Did you
No.
see how fucked he made himself trying to play basketball?
oh yeah, he snapped his arm and his leg.
Oh, it was
What?
Yeah.
the worst.
Trying to play basketball?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he tried
just,
to do a
literally
layup.
Tried to do a layup.
And he
one foot
snapped
off the
his
ground.
Achilles tendon pushing off, and then he fell on his arm
Yeah, his
and
like
like
leg
snapped
broke,
his
and then he went
had
to catch
snapped his.
himself, and like his legs broke. and then Bert's
Did he
like
just
trying-
like
Bert's
not
like-
warm up and he
Well,
just
he's like
like went
40
to
and
jump
he's
for the
trying-
first
Yeah,
time
he was
ever?
trying to dunk. Or
But he-
I think he was trying to dunk. Saying
How do you
something
just
about
snap
it.
your
It's
Achilles
sad.
tendon like that? That's sad. That sucks.
Because they thought they were actual athletes, and some guy was like, "You could do it, man. You could do this."
Well, I would hope that even if it's not a layup, just running like a layup's easy. Like running and jumping should be easy. You know
Now
what I
when you're
mean?
now when you're 45 and you're fat and out of shape. But yeah, I know. Hey,
Poor guy.
that's coming down the pipe for all of us.
Shut up.
yeah.
I'm pulling a G right now.
Yeah, you are.
Oh yeah, he's playing a video.
Right. If you play it on Jer's phone, you can actually show it to the
I didn't
squad
know that.
here. But either way, that's
Oh.
the one. Yeah, that's the actual.
It looked like he
one.
slipped almost because like his.
Yeah, and then Bert comes
Well,
up
he
to him.
snapped his Achilles tendon.
Yeah,
or
he went to
something.
grab his back. It
Yeah,
looked
because he
like.
recognized
snapped his
himself,
leg
and then
tendon,
Bert comes up to him.
fell
he's
on
like,
his arm.
okay, buddy? He's like, call the doctor. Or call an ambulance.
His the way when he grabbed his back, he
Yeah,
Look at his
that's
arm. Look at
Bert
his
is-
arm.
Yeah, I
like-
see that.
Oh, see, when he did that, he could have permanently damaged his
Yeah.
arm. He tried to reset. If for people listening, he tried to reset the guy's broken arm.
I think he just tried to move it in front of him. He wasn't even trying
Yeah,
to reset
but it was pointing backwards.
Yeah, exactly. It was like
and that's
this.
Bert Kreischer.
Yeah,
He-
he's not a medical.
He
Yeah.
could have seriously damaged
Last
nerves so
Yeah.
that he never felt his arm again.
Last
the rest
person
of
I
his
want
life,
to touch
but,
me
yeah,
when I'm
yeah.
injured.
And he's probably
Oh,
giggling the
shit.
whole time.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
His laugh is
It's like-
so annoying.
Let's just
Dude,
do that.
On Kill Tony.
Let's see how
is the
many
worst.
viewers we can keep while we do the Burt laugh for
The
5
Bert laugh
minutes. Yeah.
is just as bad as Jimmy Carr. If you're into like British comedy, Jimmy
Yeah.
Carr's laugh where he goes like,
No, I know that guy, but I've never heard him laugh.
Oh,
Never really
fuck.
listened
Did
to
you
his
ever watch
content.
Kill Tony?
no.
Okay,
Don't even know
Bert
what it is.
Kreischer was on there, right? And these randoms get a whole minute of like an uninterrupted minute to do their comedy.
Yeah, and he can't.
And
put
so
the
like
mic down.
most people, like if something's funny, they're laughing, you know. Bert's like
and you
in
literally
the middle
you
of the
have
guy's
it in your
set, like
hand.
in
it's
the
not
fucking
even
mic.
it's not even on an arm. It's like in your hand. Like just put your
Oh, so
fucking
he's,
hand
like,
down.
going out of his way. to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
you keep it, everyone else has it down. Joe Rogan, they give him a pillow because he keeps it there. Whenever he says something, he'll like lift it up and then he'll put it back down, and so it doesn't fucking hit the table. They give him a pillow. Some people get a pillow.
Yeah,
It's kind of funny. I think Bert got a pillow too.
good. But yeah, check out Kill Tony. That one's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
Mondays at 6.
I just
Yeah.
watched his cabin retreat on Netflix, whatever the fuck. It is.
Tony?
On Netflix.
Bert Kreischer.
Oh,
Oh,
Bert Kreischer.
Bert,
Yeah, I've
yeah,
seen
where
that
he,
one.
goes
Not
to
bad.
dry
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
but doesn't actually dry out.
Bert's a little not my flavor of comedy,
Yeah,
but
he's a little out there.
people like him.
He had that one funny story with the Russian mafia that like
I'm
made
a
him big.
machine.
That was like, you know,
And he
you know
ran
how
it
many
into the
times
fucking they're making a movie of it right now.
I've seen it so many times on Facebook. It's popped up a million times.
Yeah.
Nothing else by him has ever popped up. And I'm like,
It's
okay, this is why
completely
he's famous.
filmed and made. They're just waiting. They're waiting for this Ukraine shit to die down so that they can release it without people being like, "Oh, I don't like Russia."
Pull a Rogan
Yeah.
and fucking drop that North Korean movie. Just do it.
The interview.
Yeah, just do it.
Oh, a Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah. What was that? The no, not the dictator. I forget what that one. Where they drop
The interview.
The
Yeah.
interview. There we go.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Where they drop pamphlets everywhere.
I remember I watched that as soon as it came out. I hardly even fucking remember. It was a one-time thing. Just watched it once. I was so stoked to see it.
Yeah.
I remember Eminem says he's gay in it or something
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
What are you trying to say? He's like, I love dicks.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, they spent some money on this movie.
Yeah.
How do you get Eminem to fucking do that?
Yeah.
That was funny.
Right. No, that was a pretty good one, honestly. But yeah. Mondays at 6. Check out Kill Tony if you're into it. It's just dudes doing stand-up comedy.
They don't pay us to say that. We're just big fans.
Yeah. I really like it, honestly. It's worth watching. But yeah, Bert's not my flavor of comedy, honestly. He kind of just, oh, isn't this funny?
That Andrew Schultz guy, he's been pretty funny lately. I've seen
Andrew
him on
Schultz
all
has been great.
sorts of podcasts.
It's honestly
lately.
the New York comics are coming.
They're coming back.
They're coming up, and the reason is they're not doing the New York attitude. They're doing the California attitude with the New York style, and it's actually working.
Yeah.
Right before it was always just like apparently in New York they don't care about the picture as a whole. It's just how good is the substance you're putting out. So it's almost like they're doing jokes for the comics in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas they're
Fair
not. Whereas in California, you're doing it for the audience. Yeah,
And what are we doing it for?
we're not doing jokes.
Yeah.
Top
We're
5
not comedians.
Dead or alive.
Yeah.
Who's your top 5?
Top 5?
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I would say George Carlin, like
There's
Bill
back.
Burr, Tony Hinchcliffe is probably number 1 right now. George Carlin is like my lifelong favorite, but like Tony Hinchcliffe has been my favorite for a couple of years now. He's just so
especially
fucking funny.
in the insult comedy. Remember when I showed
roasting.
you Nate all those roasting? Anthony Jeselnik fucking destroys,
The way
but he's so mean that
his
he
stand-up
doesn't
sucks
get a
that- His
chance.
stand-up sucks, but when he roasts,
Yeah.
Anthony
I get
Jeselnik,
it. Yeah.
fuck.
And Tony, he's good everywhere though. His stand-up's good, but also like
Right.
if you watch the show, you see like people make fun of him, and he's like he'll fucking roast a person a million different ways on the spot. Like he's so fucking witty.
Mhm.
Like it's like appreciating a rapper who's really good at freestyling. You know what I mean? It's like it's the same thing. It's like he'll fucking roast everything about you, and like he could literally take 3 people and roast them for a whole hour and make a show out of it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what Kill Tony is.
Improv off the
Yeah.
top of his head there. He does really well.
David Lucas just moved to Austin, Texas.
David
so now
Lucas
he's going
is
to be
a
on there
very
again.
low level kind of guy. He does very well, but
Yeah.
that's still like the lower level.
Oh yeah. All I'm saying is he just moved to Austin, Texas, though.
Yeah,
So
he's
I think
back
he's
on
going to be
Kill
on Kill
Tony.
Tony more
Yeah.
often. So that's great. When they roast each other, that's the best.
It's awesome, and I love the insult comedy because
Mhm.
it's like
It's my favorite.
the only people in the world that get to sit there and just talk shit, and everyone can't get mad.
Yeah.
Right? Like, hey, I was trying to piss you off. Like,
Yeah.
what? You can't cancel me.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
sorry, go ahead.
one thing that like stuck out. Kyle says it in South Park. It's either all okay or
Or nothing's okay. That's
none of it is.
ethics.
That's how
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
So-
that's from the
that's-
South Park
yeah.
episode,
Yeah,
the
I-
Family
I-
Guy episode in South Park. Yeah,
I can firmly believe that. So like if
either
it's
nothing's okay or everything's okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
like when they roasted Caitlyn Jenner, like holy fuck.
Just running over someone every time it shows her. She starts a car, and runs over someone fucking with
Yeah.
her tongue hanging out of her mouth.
yeah. South Park does a good job of the insults too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, they're good at being like centrist about it too. Like it's not like they sit there and make fun of only right wing or only left wing. Like they make fun of like for example, like Donald and Hillary. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like that's funny shit, man.
Mhm.
They've always
She's
been
got a
good like
snatch
that.
or a snook and her snooze.
Yeah.
And Mr. Garrison, fuck them all.
Fuck 'em all.
Fuck them all to death.
But they made the statement from the beginning that it was always a
He fucking won on that platform.
right, a giant douche or a turd sandwich
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
gotta choose from.
And
like,
they've had that since like previous
Yeah.
elections. That's just
Yeah.
always been their thing. And it's so true, man. Especially in the
Mhm.
States.
I took a break from South Park a couple of years ago, and I've been just waiting because like
there's lots out now.
Oh,
Have
yeah,
you caught
yeah.
up at all? No?
no, I've caught up certain bits.
Like
of it,
Tegrity
but
Farm?
that's where I stopped. Like right
Oh.
before the kids grow. Like I've got through all that, but like right before the kids
Yeah.
grow up and the new pandemic stuff.
Oh no, that's just one episode. The
Okay.
pandemic special, that's like one.
They're like
one
hour-long
1 hour long
episodes.
episode
Yeah.
where they're like
Yeah.
where they're older and it's like kind of in the future or whatever. Everything else though is like on TikTok.
Yeah.
There's some
Howley's back.
weird there's some weird metaphors in it about streaming. Like
Also-
after those pandemic ones, like in the pandemic ones, it's in the future when they're saying the pandemic ends and they're like 45
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
I
But
saw, like,
Cartman's got a
Cartman's a
nice
Jew.
family and
Yeah.
he's
He's
like
a Jew now. He converted to Judaism.
and he's actually like trying to protect his family. Like he's
Yeah.
actually legit. I was expecting him to like be an asshole the whole time, like eventually come out. It's like, no, he actually like turned into a good guy and they took that away from him in the end. I was
Right.
like, wow, they did him so fucking dirty in the end of that movie or special.
right.
or
But
whatever.
they made a new season after that and they're back to kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Oh, okay.
it was just a one-time thing.
Yeah. Do you guys know Chris Porter, the
No.
comedian?
No, never heard that. I saw that
I
in the
have
chat
heard
there.
the
Yeah.
Tyler
name.
says he's funny as hell.
Chris Porter. No,
I also
thank you.
see that it is 2 hours in.
Oh, does
We
that
made
mean
it to
we're-
the 2 hour point.
Does that mean we're good and done here?
I don't know. It didn't feel like we were done, but it's up to you guys. We have
Shay,
that option.
what
now.
have you got to say to the world? The world is listening.
Yep.
You're in the middle. There. We need a monologue from you,
A
Shay.
monologue.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah.
Let's hear it.
I got nothing, boys.
Oh, bud, just wing one out your ass.
What
What would Denzel say in Training Day?
going against me, motherfucker?
Let me just say, I love watching Denzel impressions. I've seen a couple good ones lately.
I got nothing to say to the world. Fucking.
That's
we're-
okay. Hey,
we're all in a simulation anyway, so fuck.
So tune in to the Crowded Room podcast every
ladies and
Thursday.
gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Crowded Room podcast.
I'm just
Don't forget to tip your waitress.
yeah, buddy.
Yeah, that's okay. You don't got to say anything to these people. They
To these people.
You don't gotta do
I
it.
got
What-
Don Cherry fired, man. You people.
Yeah. I was
Right.
just thinking about that.
You're
today,
trying to
actually.
get this off the ground and you're calling them these people.
yeah. But no, this has been good. We really thank you for coming by.
Yeah, man.
Honestly, that really kind of saved our ass for the
Thanks,
last hour.
Kyle.
Here. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. He's right there. He's laying down.
Oh yeah,
Thanks,
Yeah,
Kyle.
kick him on the way out.
I'm gonna kick.
Yeah. Oh, ooh,
It was the oddest
ooh, my
thing. I don't think
ass.
I've literally ever walked into this house and it'd be dark.
It was dark down
It
there.
was-
Oh, because Davey's gone, right? And
Yeah.
the sun was up.
At least the door was open.
Sun was up when we came up here, and now it's down. This is a new era. Goddamn, makes me want to pull my fucking pubes out thinking that winter's coming sometime soon.
At
But,
least this room isn't so hot now.
the room isn't so hot.
It's kind of
yeah.
warm, but man, it was really warm. the
Oh
last
man,
Trying to figure out
in
which
June.
window I threw a rock at, but
week. It's either this one or the one beside, which
you
is
hear it
Davies.
tink?
No, we have headphones on. We probably wouldn't have heard it.
Oh, never. You
Yeah.
tried to get a hold of us?
No. There's I don't know if one of your windows is actually open.
Oh, probably Davies.
Davies is wide open. Yeah.
But either
Oh,
way,
so you're
yeah, no,
rocking
you. There's no getting a
All right,
hold of
Davey,
us.
if you
Southern.
see- if you get in your room and there's a rock in there, a little bit.
Fucking Hank at nighttime, he'll go out the window because we always leave this window open a bit, and then Davey will leave his window
Yeah.
open. And we have to close his door because like Hank will like go out on that roof, but he can't go
Right.
anywhere. So then he'll jump up into Davey's room. Davey has his door closed. Hank jumps up into his window. Hey, what's up? Oh man,
That's
that
no
little
good.
Fucking kitty.
Where
Speak-
the fuck's Dwayne?
Dwayne.
I haven't seen Dwayne in a while.
Dwayne's just fucking Dwayneing around, man. Fucking
He's
living
recovering.
life. I think he's just enjoying the last little bit of summer before he starts working again. And yeah, Before he was kind of putting together pieces to play on the show, and now he's just
right. We haven't had that for we've kind of completely strayed away from the format
Ask
of the
Davey and
podcast.
get Dwayne on here. Yeah, no, we kind of just start.
And I
doing
think
our own
it's
thing.
honestly better. It's a little more organic this way, but we'll see.
It was nice having like little aspects like that, but it seemed no matter how he played, we couldn't get it to sound proper for you guys. You know, so unless it was acoustic would sound okay.
Right.
Yeah.
The microphones always thought it was background noise, and so they'd try to cancel it.
Yeah. We could plug it right into here next time, maybe. I don't know.
We'll figure something out there.
Do you have, like, when you go to the lakes, do you guys like pick up shells, like go and find mussels or like anything like that?
It's hard for me to not pick stuff up when I see shit like that. It's like agates and stuff.
Yeah, I went to Beaumont Park a couple of days ago the other day, and I was walking around, and there was like a broken beer bottle like shoved in the dirt, like right off the beach, where you could like definitely somebody like set that up to be a deck.
Oh,
and I was looking.
Oh, to cut someone's foot?
Yeah, I was looking around, and I see like some mussels, and I'm like, oh, for sure these are just like empty.
The birds got them already.
Yeah,
yeah.
I like grab it, and it's like
there's something in there.
Yeah, so I found 2 of them. And so I was like, my kids were like, what the fuck are those? And I've never seen one closed before. And I'm like, oh, I'll open one for you. And so I open it, and I shit you fucking not, there's a leech inside the one.
Oh,
fucking mussel.
Oh,
so I'm like, let me open this one and show them like what a normal mussel looks like. But then I kind of like looked into it, and it's like an invasive species. And I don't know if I should have reported that. Yeah. The leeches in freshwater mussels, it's like an invasive species that's like very rare in certain waters, and it's like getting more prevalent. So
crazy. It must suck being a mussel, not being able to defend yourself. The leech comes along, and it's like, all right,
bivalve, it takes like shit in one end and shoots it out the other, and just like filters.
So it feeds the mussel all its shit while it sucks the blood out of it.
Yeah.
And then so it keeps it alive too.
Yeah. It's a little fucked up, man. Like opening it up, I was like, I've never seen this before. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. Normally the birds get them before you can, like early birds get the fucking mussels. By the time you get out there, they're all snatched up. I don't think I've even seen one with a mussel still in it. If it was fresh enough, I would almost want to like just try to cook it up.
I
don't even like mussels, but
no,
I like fresh food.
They're not bad, but yeah, that's exactly where I go. I'm like, I wonder how fucking sick I'd get if I just took it raw. Like,
raw is one thing.
Yeah, I'd cook them. Like,
you don't know how. If it was out of the water, that's one thing. But when the water goes away and it's sitting, on the rocks, you never know how long it's been there. If it's still alive, it should be okay. But
yeah,
fuck, you never know.
They're like one of the main reasons that keep water clean.
Yeah, they filter a bunch of shit, right?
Yeah, like people are using them in aquaponics and shit to keep, I guess, because it feeds on like the algae. Shit.
And those little sucker fish that like stick to the glass and stuff.
Fleckos, I think they're called.
Yeah. Whenever I go fishing, I catch those all the time, man.
Yeah.
I caught a fucking big one time. It was the biggest sucker fish. It's like, it's cool because you caught a big ass fish. It sucks because you can't eat the fucking thing. It's just a bottom feeder.
You can, but it's disgusting.
Feed it to the dogs.
There's too many bones. Yeah, you could try to eat it, but...
and they just suck shit up all day. Like, you don't want to eat that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if you eat a lingcod, those are fucking delicious.
They're sucking shit up too, and they're great. Yeah,
fair enough. Yeah, and I mean that's what shrimp do. Yeah, I like shrimp. Lobster. I just try to stay away from shit eaters.
It's just that there's too many bones and it's not worth it to try to pick through that and eat it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
When I was in a cooking class in the CNC, we with a bunch of native dudes, and we were gonna make salmon sandwiches, and the native salmon that's like jarred, they keep the spines and stuff in there. Hey,
is that for flavor? Or
I don't fucking know, but it's disgusting.
Probably to hold it together, because after time the salmon probably fall
if it's
apart.
held together or not.
No. This is like jarred salmon.
Yeah,
it's not a whole salmon, and they keep the spine in there for God knows what reason, but it's disgusting, dude. And you're like chomp chomp. It's like a crunchy sandwich.
And, dude, when they feed it to you, they keep it.
Yeah, imagine a can of tuna fish with spine in there. Right? Like, no thank you.
Kiss me right
off. Dude. Yeah. And that was like the delicacy for the native dudes there, and they're like way more into that than tuna fish. And I'm like the white dude, like I would prefer a tuna fish sandwich, please.
There's been several times where we're having salmon and there's these nice big fillets, and then there's the tail piece. And everyone's like, what piece you want? I'm like, oh, you guys have the nice big pieces. I'll take the small little tail piece. And it's like, there's no bones in the fucking tail. The tail's the fucking best, man. I love that piece. Don't gotta fuck around.
I remember when I was a kid, we were cleaning fish
Yeah.
at my grandma's. She lives on a lake, and we caught these fish. We're cleaning them, and I was like 8 years old. I was like, well, there's no way to clean the tail, so we got to like chop it off and like throw it away.
That was your idea.
You clean from like the asshole up to the gills, right? Yeah.
Right
and
up and then
I was like,
out.
well, there's no way to clean the tail. So we got to like throw it away. We cut it and like chucked it in the water. Don't get an 8-year-old to clean fish. Yeah.
You're like the kids that are running around your job site telling your parents what to do.
Yeah.
No, this isn't how you clean a fish.
Well, no. I wasn't talking to any adults. I was talking to other kids that were with me and shit. Like clearly,
no, he can cut the tail off.
Yeah.
You can't even clean it.
Yeah. That exactly. So I threw it away.
As long as he stays on the grass.
And people are like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
yeah. Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
News mysteries, Davey, Lenny. Hey,
what's
where
wrong?
The fuck is Lenny?
That's old. But yeah, Lenny.
Oh, that's way low. Yeah.
Lenny gave up on us, I think. He hasn't been around for a while.
He was around last week.
No.
He said what's up last week. Yeah.
I don't remember him being there last week.
Come on, Lenny.
I remember he just hasn't called in. He used to call in every week. Right. The thing is, right now it's midnight and he's 70 fucking something years old.
He just used to tune in for the whole show like every week. Now it's like once in a while he'll pop in. So I think that's why we're noticing.
I was amazed that he would tune in at all.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's
better
fucking.
than some of the other unsavory.
He's probably in bed.
That there have been.
Right.
Yeah, that Shay guy.
10 p.m. for them is 7 for us.
Box.
Right. So like he's probably in bed by the time this comes on.
Yeah.
There's one that said some things that can never ever be repeated.
Oh, those randoms that come in.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's what Andrew's here for. He's supposed to moderate that shit.
That's right.
There was like the one. Yeah, there's some good ones.
It's just their username alone is unrepeatable. That's how they
it's
get
like,
you.
read my name, read my name.
And like,
yeah, you're like,
I even repeated it a couple times.
Yeah.
Like, well, depending on which one we're talking about. I learned my lesson after the first one.
Yeah,
there's been a couple.
One about
one of them was just like a Nazi one or something like that.
A Nazi one. There was
one of them was a pedophile.
Something
one.
about pedophiles.
That's the one I didn't repeat. I think
there was a very racial one.
Yeah,
it's like the couch auction thing that you guys used to do. I bet people just surf around.
I wish someone would couch auction us, man.
But that's just
awesome.
it. The couch auctions are cute. They're doing pedophile fucking shit instead, just to troll people, right?
What we're talking about are like just random people, whereas like
Right.
one random person, whereas like a couch auction, we could get 100 people in here trying to troll us, and that'd just be awesome to have 100 people watching.
Wouldn't that be sweet?
Surge, yeah.
I will put my shoe on the head for autism awareness. Okay,
Yeah.
guys. They always say that shoe on head for autism awareness, then they screenshot you and post you in the group. The coach troll.
Who's wearing shoes in their living room though? Come on.
They'll just go grab a shoe and put it on their head.
There you go.
And Americans wear shoes in the house normally, right?
Americans, no.
Isn't
That's a
that-
stereotype
I
for
fall
black
into
people,
that.
but not
Oh,
not Americans. Yeah.
I grew up wearing shoes in the house. I only don't do it now because my wife would kick the shit out of me. But, like,
Right, yeah,
I
yeah.
grew up.
You wear your shoes. I get it. No, it's a stereotype for black dudes. They'll wear their shoes to bed even sometimes.
What?
Right? Yeah, because like
They don't want them to get
no one's
stolen.
gonna steal my shoes. Yeah.
Or they don't want them creased or something.
But that's like a stereotype. It's
Yeah.
not true. Like, yeah, I'm sure in the ghettos where people will actually
I
steal
just
your
heard
shoes.
it's normal to wear shoes in the house in America. Like when I was learning this,
No.
it seemed like it was like, white people they're talking about. But
No, not in my experience. And I only lived there 5 years or something as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
But no, you don't wear the fucking shoes in the house.
fair enough.
I get it in the ghetto where like literally you don't want to leave your shoes out of your sight. Right, like you're not gonna like
you're gonna
yeah
get
when
killed
you're
over
they're
some
literally
fucking Air
wearing like
Force Ones.
$500 shoes or something. Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, but no, not in my experience. Maybe, and especially down in like like a dry place like Southern California or Arizona, Nevada, sure, you don't get mud around there.
Yeah,
right?
enough. I remember in Riff Raff's mansion, I don't know if he bought it or rents it or whatever, but the main floor is all polished concrete essentially. So it's like everybody that you see in that house are always wearing their shoes, but it's on concrete, right? Like it's, it's almost like it's so dark you wouldn't even see if anyone left a mark anyways, kind of thing. But and like you said, there's no mud in those areas.
There's no mud, so you could potentially
maybe
walk.
some dust.
Yeah.
Well, no, we didn't take our shoes off in McGowan very often. We got to the point where we were like, it's more detrimental to your socks if you leave them.
When I moved in there, those carpets were dirty, man. And so when I moved out, like we hadn't vacuumed, and she's like, "Oh, like there was shit all over the carpets." I was like, "That's how you rented it to me, bitch." Like, so give me my fucking damage deposit back. Yeah. I don't left this place how you gave it to me.
I don't think I ever got damage deposits back when I was renting.
It's
literally
it's tough.
never.
It's tough.
Yeah, like walk in like with them and fucking have like everything filmed, and it's like today is August fucking
right. And it was only ever $200 and something, but I don't think I ever got one back because it's just so easy to be like, no, there's fucking dust on the fucking toilet.
Yeah, you're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
So did someone just get here?
I don't think so.
Davey.
Oh, that's good pod.
That's good pod, bro. Everyone loves Davey.
Either way,
how did you figure somebody even got here?
I thought I heard the front door close, and then I was just hearing shit after that.
I think you're going crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Yeah, and that marks probably the end of our episode.
I do too many minutes on the podcast. I get
your head's going a little crazy. Yeah. Should we read? What do we got here? Oh, there's Chris.
Nothing new yet.
2:15 is probably good to call it. Hey,
I'd say.
Shay, we really appreciate you showing up.
Shay,
literally anytime you ever want to show up, ever, you just bust down the fucking door. It's pretty easy to find us.
Spin me one. I'm not taking a shot, but I want to see who's right.
What's going on? Oh, you got to call it. So red or black? To see if Shay's sexuality is really as he says it is. Oh, it is.
He does love black dudes. You're right.
Those kids aren't all adopted.
Puerto Rican.
Someone had to shoot in some ladies.
I should have had this from the get-go. What is this, IPA?
Yeah, it's strong beer.
You're one of those that...
No, I just had some in my fridge, so I fucking...
IPA's good.
No, it's not.
I love IPAs, but I also love these gin smashes.
These are delicious.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I've had those before.
It's all about the gin smash these days, but summer's ending, so
honestly, these ones have been the more happy for me. It's a Mike's Seltzer.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you think of Mike's Hard as like 30 grams of sugar. This is only 2 grams of sugar.
One of these companies needs to start paying us.
Let's get some Pink Whitney. We'll go in there and we'll
Pink Whitney sponsor us. We'll have
sponsor us. I got that in my cupboard too.
We'll get a Biz 20 promo code going.
Yeah.
Type in this promo code for all sorts of shit. Yeah,
we'll try it. Honestly, the end of summer is where I stop drinking so much. The beginning of summer, I go hard.
October, I take the whole month off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every last 2 Octobers at least, and also the last 2 Aprils.
Oh, cool.
Every 6 months.
I
right on.
Drink every day.
There you go.
A beer.
I love drink.
Single day.
Yeah. I did 7 months of no smoking pot. Let's see you guys try that one.
I did a year and a bit up until just before we bought our house.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like is quitting and then getting back into it. Every time I've quit and then start smoking again,
I feel like a retard.
I feel so fucked when I get high for the first few times. I'm like, I don't ever want to do this. And like next time I quit, I don't want to do it again, kind of thing.
Right. I think I've found a sweet spot in I'll just eat real light gummies. Kind of like I think when you smoke weed, you're going fucking off the deep end, dumb. But I'll eat like 20 to 50 milligrams of gummies.
Yeah, I won't even feel
Before,
those.
beforehand, I wouldn't even feel that. I would eat like 300 milligrams, nothing.
Not a fucking chance. I'd
See
eat
you
a
later,
5
Andrew.
milligram
He
fucking
said-
gummy.
Oh, right on. Thank you. You
Edibles
5
scare
milligram, really? And you'd feel
edibles
that?
scare the piss out of me, man. I don't know. If
See,
I
the
would-
first time after the 7 months of not smoking, I ate 20 milligrams, got high as shit. And now 50 puts me over the edge, like we're partying.
Dude, I know a guy that makes these stars. They're 666
Yeah.
Death Stars.
Yeah, I've heard of those fucking things before. Like the ones
And
that,
that's
like, they used to do
stupid.
on
That's a
fucking
little much.
Didn't you
the
buy
Church
one?
of What's
I
Happening.
bought 2.
Alex is like, that's
Have you ever seen
stupid.
Joey Diaz?
Yeah, I
and
bought
Lisa
2, but I
Act
didn't
go
eat
down
them
that
all at
fucking
once.
hole?
Yeah, he's fucked, man. Joey Diaz loves to fuck people up with edibles.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, man.
And we could try, maybe that'd be a theme for an episode once where we all
That's a
do.
good idea.
I have a pack of 4 100 milligram candies. So maybe we could do an episode where we sit here and we each take 100
Oh,
and see what
okay.
happens. But we do it
That'd
an
be
hour,
fucked.
an hour and a half before we
had-
start
I
filming.
haven't had a weed anything. Like the last thing I ate was a weed brownie when I was like fucking
Yeah.
17.
But I get it. Like you're saying, I've quit smoking for the longest time, and smoking is still repulsive to me. Like I don't like the smell. I don't like
Cigarettes? Or
the
it's
smell
weed?
weed. The smell of weed is great, but the smell of burnt weed is so repulsive to me. Like especially a bong that's just like left down after
When I
you
stopped
smoke.
smoking weed for a while, that I did think like that. too. And then when
Yeah.
I started smoking again, I could like taste that too. And I
Yeah,
didn't like
yeah,
it. And it
yeah.
reminded me of like when you're in high school and you first start smoking weed and it burns your throat and it tastes so shitty.
And you get
just
like actually high, like ooh,
You actually get high school high,
like,
yeah.
It's funny you say that. I used to fucking love the smell of any weed. Like,
burnt weed.
burnt
Yeah.
weed, burning weed, fresh weed.
I love the smell of it all
Like,
right now, currently.
While you're in the grips of addiction, I get
No,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I smoke weed. Like I have that pen, right?
Yeah.
But no, I was like my wife told like I brought weed home. She's like, that stays outside.
Yeah.
And I had this little bong and I had kept it out in my little shed and came home got up one morning and looked outside and I'm like, I don't remember leaving my shed open.
Mhm.
Fucking some homeless people had gone through my shed.
They smell
Oh.
your weed. They probably thought there was a
They-
girl up in
They
there.
took my weed. They
Little
took my bong, They
bloodhounds.
took everything. They fucked off. And then
Jesus.
yeah, so that was the last time I ever had weed. And I was like,
Yeah.
I've got these pens and shit, but if she smells it, she fucking hates it. And
That sucks,
now
yeah.
I've like come to that point where I'm like,
It's not the center focus of your life anymore,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah.
Even me, like someone who smokes it some days,
Sorry.
a lot more than others. But like the days that I don't smoke it, it's like I'll go all day without having a hoot. And maybe have like 2 hoots before I go to bed or something, like at nighttime. But it's like, I don't know. It's like it's not something I have to do all day. It's something like I enjoy doing when I have nothing to do, especially. Like if
Right.
I have a day off and I'm literally just gonna sit there and game, like that's when I'll smoke the most weed. When I'm doing things all day, that's when I smoke the least amount of weed.
shout out to Grant because I can say this now because he canned me like 2 days ago for telling me to fuck off. But I get baked at work all
You
fucking-
got
yeah,
canned
yeah.
2 days ago?
3 days ago, 4 days ago.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
For
Shit.
where were you working?
EV Horseman.
What's that?
It's like a supply shop for
Yeah,
something.
for electrical.
Oh,
distribution.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like, our regional district manager had gone away for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
They had brought some dude up from distribution because they had fired the other 2 guys, and then the dude we brought in is like useless as fuck.
Yeah.
So I ship, he receives,
Right.
but I ended up doing most of it. And this guy's so fucking behind that they ended up bringing a dude out from distribution to help catch him up. He gets all caught up, and then this dude fucks off thinking that we're like so far behind. So he comes
Mhm.
in. It was actually the day after my birthday, so a week ago.
Oh, happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
Sorry
So,
about that.
I don't
What
care.
the hell?
I usually try and take it off Facebook so people don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah. So he comes in and he's like, I was like, they tell you get your birthday off with pay, right? So I'm like, cool, whatever. I'd talked to them on Friday and it was like, my birthday's on Tuesday. And then the one guy was like, yeah, okay. I was like, no, it seriously is. He's like, okay, well, whatever. We'll figure it out. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay. I was like, okay, I'm going to take Tuesday.
Mhm.
But I came in anyway, just to be like, gonna help you guys do a couple wire cuts, get some shit done, and I'm gonna leave. And that was like when the GM had just showed back up. So he's like, "What's up?" And that's what I tell him. I'm like, "Oh, I'm just gonna do a couple of things, get you guys caught up, and I'm gonna fuck off and get out of your hair. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, it's my birthday. And he's like, well, you can't fucking leave. Like, what are you talking about? We talked about this on Friday. He's like, I wasn't here Friday. I'm like, well, we all talked about this on Friday. And then he's like, just give me a minute. And then he brings me into his office. He's like, what are you doing? You can't fucking leave. Like, we're fucking so far behind and this and that and all this other shit. And I was like,
it's my fucking birthday.
No, I like looked at him in his face and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, have you looked back there? We're caught up now. I was like, we're fucking swimming, man. And he's like, no, then why did we need to bring up a guy from the distribution? I was like, to get us to where we are now. And he like started, like, he's a little fucking short little shit.
Right.
And he started to, like, he started fucking swearing at me. He's like, well, that's fucking bullshit. Like, I didn't fucking know.
So
I've been gone for 2 fucking weeks. And
you don't want to work in the places.
That's literally
like
what he says.
anyway.
He goes, well, I don't know. I've been gone for 2 fucking weeks. And I was like, so then don't talk out your fucking ass. I was like, maybe come back there and have a look before you fucking run your mouth. And then he's like, okay, well, we'll talk about this tomorrow when the other guy gets back. And I was like, okay, like, okay, cool. Finish the day. And then I come in the next day and I was like, you could just tell I was walking into a fucking gas chamber. So I went and grabbed all my shit because I was like, let's have this meeting quick. Like, I was like, let's have this talk. They wanted to have a talk. And then they like tried dragging it out to like noon. I fucking knew what was happening. Right? So I like went and put all my shit in my car and I was like, just sat there. I was like, I asked him a couple of times, like the one guy in between like the meetings. I was like, is this going to be a good talk or a bad talk? And he's like, I can't tell you anything. And I was like, well, you already did. I was like, that's all I needed to know. Yeah. So they come into the back and I'm like just sitting there. And then I just waited and waited and waited. I'm like I'm going to fucking help you when you're about to pull my plug. Like, so I walk in there and they actually weren't gonna, but then like they wanted to have the fucking talk over again. They had the papers turned over and all this shit. And then we just fucking butted heads again. He started chirping me and I was like, he's like, why did you talk to me like that? And I was like, because you fucking talked to me like that. I just matched your energy. And then we went at it again. And I was like, don't fucking start talking to me and swearing to me if you think I'm not going to tell you to go fuck yourself, like, especially when you're wrong.
Either way, you don't want to work there. Like, if it's your birthday and you want a fucking half day, fucking
no. And I was
you
like,
should be able to take that shit.
Yeah, they actually brought me in and they're like, hey, the floor is yours. You wanted to have this meeting. And I was like, I'm good. Like, are we good? And they're like, no, you wanted to have a meeting. And I was like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm just going to bite my tongue. It's over. And then like, we went into it and then we just kept butting heads. And then I was like, okay, well, what do you want? And he's like, I just don't think you're going to be happy here. I was like, are you asking me that? Or are you telling me that? And then he's like, I'm letting you know. And then he goes to hand me this thing and it's like, not my name, not me. It's like a completely fucking random employee that they had from before that the paperwork is for. Now I'm looking at it. So then I like pulled out my phone. I'm like, just 1 sec. I got to record this. They're like, why? And I was like, okay, get HR on the phone. And then there was like a 7-minute conversation where this guy had no fucking clue like what he was doing, like letting somebody go without cause and like
right.
And then I ended up getting a call from HR, which is like out of the ordinary. I ended up getting like a 3-week severance package plus my profits plus my all this other shit.
That's cool.
Because the way they handled it.
Yeah, as long as I signed an indemnity clause saying that I wasn't
you wouldn't sue.
Take them to the labor board or like go to
for wrongful termination. Yeah.
Shay's the best getting fired for the wrong reasons. He'll make people fire him, but they're not supposed to fire him.
I remember I did that with Kelly once when her fucking company was going tits up and I worked like crazy fucking overtime and then I went to go get the pay and she's like, well, I didn't authorize this. I was like, I didn't ask you to fucking authorize it. I'm asking you for a paycheck. And you tough titties, you owe me money. And she's like, no, you don't. No, I don't. I have to authorize all this overtime. And I was like, well, you're a separate entity. And then I showed her how like it works and how I was like entitled to all this money. And she's like, well, I'm not going to do that. I was like, are you sure? Because I was like, I have 6 hours left on my shift. I was like, we're only a few blocks from the labor board. And she's like, well, you do what you need to do. So I just did. Yeah. And by the time I'd gotten back, they were like, the shit had hit the fan so fucking fast and so fucking hard that she was like, you're out. But I got like a month and something else. And like, it was just crazy.
Yeah, right on.
And then 3 or 4 weeks after that, the whole place went tits up.
Right.
Damn.
So you would have lost your job anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sweet.
It's happened with 2 other places. Like Beta just went tits up too.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean going tits up?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. They're going tits up.
This last place, yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that's the best case scenario, honestly, because honestly, you don't want to work in a place like that. That's
No.
gonna be counting fucking minutes and worrying about that. Like, if I want a day off, it's not even asking. You just say, "Hey, I'm not gonna make it."
Like, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Like, when I
And
go
we're
to
still
work,
friends at the end of the week. We're still gonna get together and go out for beers and stuff. Like,
and that's how it should be, man. Like, you need a day off. You need a day off. Like, especially when you work 9 to 5. Some things aren't open on the weekends.
Mhm.
You need to go do banking shit or whatever. Oh, I guess bank's open Saturday, but still, there's things that people need to do during the week sometimes.
There's this one guy I'm
there's
working
no way
with.
around it.
Not to sound like an entitled cunt, but when I'm at work, like, I don't take breaks. Like, they're like, "Oh, you get
Yeah,
right,
an hour," and you're like, I personally can't do that. If I take a break, I'm going home.
Right, staying.
Out. Like, if you let me have a cigar or a smoke or like do whatever I want to do, put music in, I'm good. I'm not gonna fucking do anything but work till I have to go home.
I don't even take lunch most of the time.
Yeah, like me either. Fuck that. I'll eat one meal a day at dinner or whatever. But like, then I do that for you for a year or two. Like, I'm gonna fucking walk out whenever the fuck I want.
When you feel like,
like, I'm sorry, I didn't take 364 lunches.
Yeah.
I didn't have 4 cigarette breaks a day like other employees.
Like that's the other thing. Like, the guy that I was working with, useless twat, would literally, I would start at 8.
Yeah.
By 8:15, he's smoking.
Yeah.
By 9:13, number 9:44, he's smoking. By 10, he's smoking. Within another 15 minutes. Then when the truck arrives, he goes out and smokes as he unloads the truck.
Yeah. Every opportunity he gets.
Oh, like,
I've worked with those guys.
You go and you're like, "Oh, well, where's Brian?" And you're like, "Well, outside fucking smoking." And then he goes and it's not like I say, I don't care if you get baked at work, but like, don't be retarded.
Yeah.
Like, the guy goes and takes dabs, like fucking crazy dabs, and he comes back to work, and I'm supposed to be like, "You actually counted 98 of that."
Right.
And
maybe if you wash dishes.
Yeah. Like,
for like Wendy's or something. Right.
Yeah. There's been times where I get high with like my employee at the time. And I don't want to say who, but it's just funny. Like, we'll get baked and then we go to work and then they're just like retarded. And I'm like,
full on.
I'm not gonna get you baked in the morning anymore. If like this is how you act, like, dude, like, got to be able to get baked and then, work.
Speaking of retards, Retardo's, I don't know if anybody knows Randy Riggs. His is
the guy that passed away.
Yeah, his celebration of life is on the September 3rd.
It's gonna be. I didn't know who that was at first, and then I realized that's the guy with the black leather jacket with the guitar in his back, long brown hair.
Walked everywhere.
Oh, dude, I knew that dude.
Yeah,
he's outside liquor stores busking.
He made his way to my place a few times too. Like, I had people over. He wrestled Ryan in the front yard a couple times.
And he died.
Did he win?
I guess he. No, I can't remember.
I don't know. The guy was built like a brick shit house.
I remember that guy.
Taekwondo
kids. But he had something wrong.
He'd say that he did Taekwondo.
Yeah, he was like third Dan black belt off the one off 15th there. But pervasive developmental disorder is what he had. So his wires just weren't connected. Like, priorities weren't the same.
Yeah,
like,
he ended up getting into drugs and shit like that.
Yeah, like,
and that's what killed him.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know how he died.
Yeah. Well, I mean, by now you'd have heard.
Oh yeah.
Like, during that same week is when there was like a stabbing and then death and.
I just never knew the guy that well either. I just knew him from, he
liquor stores. He would busk.
And he spent like a few months in this area. So like, he'd always be walking by. And after we kind of met him, then he kind of invite himself over if he saw us out front. And Nate would go out for a smoke and come in, and that guy's with him. I'm like, what the fuck you doing?
And then he'd just talk about the randomest shit. He wasn't all there.
No.
But like, I've known him my entire, like, the kid used to, it was fucking wild. He recess, he'd walk on his hands, and he would walk on his hands all the way around Westwood School.
Jesus.
Like, doing laps. Like, it's
that's pretty tough.
Yeah, it was fucking. He was just a fucking weird. Got a big. He comes up to us one day, like this huge blotter sheet of acid. He's like, "You guys want acid?" And I'm like, "Fuck no." no, I don't want acid. And he's like, okay. And like he just fucked off, and we didn't see him again for a while. The next time we see him, he's like, his hair is twice as long as it ever was, and he comes back, and I'm like, where the fuck have you been? Oh, I hitchhiked to Tofino and back. Yeah, Jesus. Spent like a month fucked out of his mind, just hitchhiking his way to fucking Tofino and back.
That's the life.
Yeah, you gotta, I don't know, kind of like you lived, but you didn't like accomplish anything. But at this, that's by my standards. But like that's the way I'm wired, right? Like I got mortgage and kids, and for him it was like he just I remember
Nomad.
I can't remember the name of the beer, but it was like $8.75 or something was the cheapest. Remember him asking me all the time for $8.75 because it was the cheapest thing that you could get. Fuck him up from a liquor store.
Yeah.
And it was just like, that was the kid's life. That was his priorities, man. And his parents, if you ever like went and saw his house as a kid, like he had, when Blockbuster cleaned out, like they went and bought all the Nintendo displays, and like the kid had Japanese games sent to him in like the fucking 90s because he had like major Tourette's and major OCD and major, like, the kid was just a fucking medicine case, right? Like his head was a medicine cabinet. Those parents like dummied him up with Nintendo. And like I swear to fucking God, I'm hoping it's all the same. Like the way I picture it, going into like his parents' house, there's easily a couple $100,000 worth of just collectible Nintendo stuff, like shit that you would never ever see again.
And he's having a funeral this weekend, or what?
Yeah, like a celebration of life, and it's so fucking weird. You don't know how to show up for that one. Like, do you show up in your fucking boxers drunk, or do you like show up in a suit?
I met him on the corner.
Like, you fucking show up drunk.
Yeah.
You know the local celebrity Cole Campbell, speaking of people who aren't fucking right in the head. So my brother had to go to their house to like give them a quote or something.
Oh.
And he's talking to Cole's mom, and like he said Cole just like he sits there with the TV on and rap on and singing to it. And like just like noon. You know, it's like noon. And he's like like dancing, singing to like everything on TV. And he's like, he'd just turn around and like just yell gibberish at us, like, hey, and you'd like catch like colors, like that white and gray. And he's like, his mom would just be like, Cole, not now. Like, shut up, dude. Like, and you guys all know Cole Campbell. It's like, no. Oh,
you don't know Cole Campbell?
I assume that I've heard him rap before or something, but I don't know him personally.
He was the fucking worst singer. Like, not on purpose either. And he would put out covers of like
Justin Bieber,
everything.
Right.
And you would rather listen to me shit in your ear
than I get it.
I think what happened was, what I heard was that his parents like gave him some antidepressants or something, and they didn't react well with him, and they like fried his brain. And now he's like a local celebrity because he's trying to fucking be so cool.
No, that like, dude, I remember when he popped up years ago, and like everybody just gassed him up because it was like funny. So like you had all the chicks and all the dudes in town, they're like, Cole Campbell, yeah, fucking hey. Like you'd see him, and then like he bought it, like he drank his own Kool-Aid, right? Yeah. And then I think he got popped for like fucking little girls, or like being like one of like a nonce in some way. Like something like that. But I actually just saw him not long ago in the mall.
Oh, he's still out. Yeah.
And he was like wearing the fucking one piece like blue jumpsuit, and like his shoes looked like fucking moon rocks, and like his hair was all in a fucking pompadour, and I'm like, holy Jesus, how do you let this kid out of here, man?
Crazy. What, are you gonna show us some Cole Campbell here?
I fucking have no idea what
maybe we should play ourselves out with this guy.
All I saw was black dick, and then he tried to get rid of it.
Oh yeah. As soon as he opened his phone, it was black dicks going into assholes. Yeah. Show the camera.
No, we can't. We're going to get pulled down for fucking harassment.
All right, turn the sound up. He's becoming a pretty good dancer.
I have to admit that. I will admit that. He dances better than I do. But that's not saying fucking much.
Ladies, you ready?
Here we go. All right, guys.
I won't lie to you. I know he's just not right.
I really hope my wife's not watching. She's gonna be like, "You're
And you
that
tell me that
fucking
I'm
bully."
up, and I can see it on your face when you tell me he's the one that you want. And you're spending all this time in this wrong situation.
This is close to the worst.
Yep. I know I can treat you better than he can. And any girl like you do.
Not to insult anybody that's ever had a cochlear implant, but that's exactly what he sounds like, as somebody who's like literally hearing their voice for the first time.
You did this Braveheart shit the other day?
No clue.
Holy snappadoodles. It's William Wallace in the medieval ages. God damn, an HD.
I'm sorry.
I want to go home. I want to go.
Okay.
Wait, it's gonna show us face.
My wife thinks I'm a bully now.
Yeah, you are. No, this guy's fucked.
It's gonna be wicked.
It's gonna be.
Oh no, I'm a fan. I'm a fan, right?
Guy's got half his tongue paralyzed. Play us some Cole Campbell and we'll roll out.
We're
We'll
not
roll out
rolling
on
out
this.
to Cole Campbell.
Don't you
Yeah.
fucking dare.
No.
It's
not
been
that cool.
2:40. We this is time to cancel.
This is our longest
Yeah.
episode of all time.
I think so, yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
You're
I'm all out of beer.
drinks.
Yeah.
We drank ourselves all out of everything.
Do we have
Guys
a
are
song
alcoholics.
to
I got a
play
song
some?
right here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you for tuning in.
on behalf of Shade Taves, I am Alex. He is Jer from Prince George, BC. This has been another Thursday night. We thank you so much for the one guy
Kyle, I had to
watching us
fill your
still.
spot. You're filling mine next time.
Yeah,
No homo.
He wants to be
Little
filled.
homo.
little
You heard him.
homo. Yeah, little backdoor
Just
action.
a little homo. It's okay.
All right.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
And with that,
Goodbye.
have a good night, guys.
Switchblade to a single midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. Hop into the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes really go running high. Never don't wanna lie when the union arises. Streetlight shining, you know my time's arriving. Out when it's dark cause we midnight vibing. Midnight driving, cruising by flying. Living so fast, never think about dying. Bones up in the dark and we hang out with the Batman. Scars on my knuckles cause we fucking with the wolf gang. Switchblade shining, night bright winding. Stars in my eyes when the moonlight shines in. Murder rap on my first track. Killing shit cause I've been begging suicide. On the second I don't care, just accept it. Knife swipe and get doomed. Switchblade coming soon. Chill satisfied when we holler to the fucking moon. Still shine bright, fast spot. Naked eyes want short now. Slice with the right swat. Blood on my fist, night dance on my wrist. Moonshine on the blade, just cruising through the mist. Little bit of midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. Hop into the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes really go running high. Never don't wanna lie when the union arrives. And a little bit of midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenading in the moonlight. Hop into the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes better go running high. There be no one alive when the union arrives. And a little bit of midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. Hop into the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes really go running high. There be no one alive when the union arrives.
Disasters can strike at any time. When they do, you don't want to be caught unprepared. But you're ready for this. You know the risks. You've made a plan, and you have emergency supplies for when something